Yeah. Okay. All right. So, as you guys are struggling against the swarm of madmen that have came to this chamber, the huge black gates creak open behind you, and a whole new army of vampires are behind you. These you recognize as being much more varied in clan. The previous wave was all Nos. There's a lot of very feral and savage-looking gangrel down here. Some really disgusting, skulky-looking maquette. You even think you notice a Ventru or two somewhere in there, and they are all brandishing weapons and charging in. So you guys are going to have another 8 people joining this combat, and your NPC buddies at seeing this are fall back to circle up with the rest of you guys.
Okay.
Let's see. I still have you guys' initiative. Just so you guys know what the initiative order was. It is Sarah, then Falcon, then Lesk, then Morbus, then Drake, then Rigoletta, and then Terrell. However, there's some new people rolling in. Let me make sure everybody rolls higher than 20. All right. So y'all's initiative order stays the same. Y'all are still all at the top of the initiative, and all the bad guys go after you.
Yeah.
Nobody rolled. Terrell is the lowest at 20, and none of them rolled higher than 20. All right. So top of the round. Oh, and I don't know if Drake remembers this, but he currently has control of a very large swarm of bats. That he told to attack people last round, and they were doing that thing. But just so you know, you still have there's still a large swarm of bats in this chamber that is under your control. So just remember that.
He's nodding his head up and down.
Sounds good. Sarah, what you doing? Top of the round. The gates just creaked open. A whole new wave of dudes showed up, and your boys dropped back to form up with you. In total, y'all are sandwiched between something like 40 vampires or so.
I'm going to recommend that we move.
Y'all are a party of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, there are 16 of you versus 40 of them.
Then I'm going to shout that we need to get moving.
All right. To where do you want to move?
We have to go through the gates, don't we?
Yes, you do.
To where we're going?
Yes, you do.
Then I'm going to go head on.
Okay, so you're going to charge the new group?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I'm going to form up with my 3 and then be let's bulldoze the shit out of this, basically.
Okay.
And try and break ranks, essentially.
Okay.
To give other people a room to get through.
All right, so go ahead and charge in that, and you can use your movement to go that way. Are you full charging, or are you just running up and then attacking the first dude? You get a +3 if you full charge, but you also lose your defense.
Yeah, I don't know how I want to do that.
Okay. Your pack will follow you in. You guys try to start clearing the way.
Yep. And I get something.
You get pack bonuses.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
All right. While you calculate that,
yeah.
Falcon, you're going to be next. What is your play?
We can't hear you, bro.
Yeah, we seem to have lost audio. Yeah, there we go.
Sorry about that. Okay. Where did my... Okay, so... We are the red dot. Are we moving... Is our goal to... On the screen, is it to the left or to the right that we're moving?
It is to the right.
Okay. And so the only way in is through the group to the right of us, or ahead of us?
Yes. Gotta go through the gates.
Trying to think how we can get through there. So how many are in this group ahead of us?
That you guys have to fight 8 of them.
Okay. Do I have head clearage? Or clear space overhead?
Oh yeah, this is a huge, tall cavern.
Okay. Alright, so
Where'd my
pool of 22. Alright, so I'm going to use my new bow to good use, and I'm going to fire my AoE at this group of, and it's going to be fire arrows.
Okay.
Oh, damn it, that's not what I meant to do. Okay, but that's fine. So I rolled an 8. So that is 8 successes.
All right. Let's see. Eight successes. And I assume you're aiming for like the middle of the group to catch the most of those people.
Right. I'm gonna try and catch. I'm gonna try and catch as many of them as I can, and then I have Uriale and Steno with me. Did I bring Elizabeth?
No, you brought. Oh yes, you did. You brought Liz. Yeah.
Okay. So I will have, once I've fired, I'll have them try to rush in and cut a path.
Okay.
The two doppelgangers, and Lizzie will be in charge of trying to take out, people as she can from using her rangey range.
All right. So.
No, I'm sorry.
How you doing?
I was trying to find the right book.
Told us.
Because I just remembered that we have the pack blood, but we also have storm tactics.
Yes, you do. Group fighting styles, yeah.
Yep.
All right, let's see. Les is gonna be next. It's gonna be ag damage coming in from that arrow there.
Yeah. So can one of my people do the feint thing then?
I forget which one that is.
That's the fake him out.
Okay.
But it doesn't do damage, but it gives the rest of us 9 again.
Okay.
Against it.
Yes.
Okay.
There are.
I have 3.
Yeah, you have 3 of it. Yeah. So there's a total of 4.
I'll let Dana do the feint because
Okay.
she doesn't have as high fight pools as everybody else.
Yep. Let's go ahead and roll. Not bad.
So 8 and I think I have 16 for that.
Shut up, Dropbox.
Sorry.
It's all good. For some reason, this computer makes a noise whenever that thing updates. My desktop doesn't do that.
I got 4.
4?
Yeah.
Okay. And then I'll roll the other 2. Hey-oh. Hey-oh. There we go.
Yeah, fuck them up.
Yeah, Rachel just rolled 2 9s.
Nice.
So since she gets that 9 again.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And then Weston.
Oh, I rolled for Weston, yeah.
Oh.
I think you might be muted again, Ben.
Let's see here. So it's gonna be let's see that you guys after this guy. So see you said you got 4 on that one, right?
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, 4. And
Yeah, almost had 5. Almost. Got 19.
alright. And then Weston is gonna let's see, Weston's gonna be attacking last, so he's gonna only go after this guy. 3 ag. Alright. And then that was 8 ag for the others. I'm just gonna 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Roll for Rot Shrek. And one of them is in Rot Shrek.
One of who?
From the fire arrow. So what happens in this first second of combat is Sarah and her gangrels suddenly completely reverse direction and charge straight in through the gates. Sarah claws one legs out from under him, and then Rachel shoves both claws into him and rips him literally apart. So that guy's ashes. Weston now without a target, goes after a different dude.
That's alright too.
And let's see. And then over your head, there's the whistle of Fulcon's arrows, and then a line of fire erupts amongst them as you see three of the guys in the middle catch fire, 2 of the guys dodge out, and one of them immediately just goes into Rotrek and just starts screaming and fangs bared and barrels straight back away from you guys. This goes howling off into the dark on fire. So that guy is out. The other 2 guys are on fire and very badly hurt, but they're not dead yet.
In case you need it.
Okie dokie. That guy is dead. Alright. I'm gonna, let's see. So let's see. And Uriel and Steno are jumping in as well. So they're gonna. So, and then the 2 doppelgangers come in and they flank on either side of your party to start cutting through.
Okay.
Lesk.
I will be holding for now because I'm going to be making sure that I'm behind Jarrell and Drake as we leave.
Then we drop down to Morbus.
If you want, but my thing's fortitude, so.
Alright, so then the guy gets resist. Okay. So Morbus, seeing y'all's
charge,
y'all's charge, and that your main group is currently overwhelmed, starts in on some blood sorcery. Slices open a hand, spills a circle of blood, and then raises his hand up. And there's this sort of flicker of a red line that appears around y'all's main group. And as your NPCs are, kind of guarding the perimeter, y'all notice that the incoming enemies significantly slow down as they come in, as they cross his line. So anybody that is coming in after you guys, after y'all's main body of y'all's group, loses their defense as they come in.
Oh, nice. Good job, Morbus.
Drake's turn.
I continue heading to where you're going.
What's he?
He said he continues heading the way we're going.
Okay, so you're moving in after Sarah and company, and your bats are still set to attacking the previous group, yes?
The bats are continuing.
They're going to guard our back.
He said the bats are guarding our back.
Okay, so the bats create this big cloud behind you, between you guys and your previous group of attackers. Let's see, Rigoletta is going to move in on the gate as well. She still fit enough. All right. So Rigoletta is going to use one of her newer tricks from her new sorcery. She crouches down and she goes all rubbery, and then there's like a sort of a ripple across her flesh, and she develops these little pointed horns, and this spade tail flips out of the like right above her butt, and there's this sort of after image that moves after her as she like sort of does this weird alien amble thing on her stretchy limbs into the crowd.
She's alive then.
And like it's creepy as shit because it looks like a human only all stretched out, and as she tackles this dude and like wraps around him, y'all can hear him like snapping as she like starts breaking his limbs and stuff.
Oh, nice. Let's get the heart on.
Sherelle, it's your turn.
if you don't mind, I'll act now.
Are you using your held action? Okay.
You said there was a few people running in all slow.
They're crossing the line. You still have to get your movement to get to them.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I'll now I'm gonna move in a little bit toward the direction, Rigoletta and everyone else is going, but I'm not going to break formation yet.
Okay.
And I'll attack 2 of them. We'll see. I'm using combination blows with my katars.
All right.
That is a 9. I get 9 again on my katars.
All right.
You want to confirm that, Dustin?
He's lying. Yeah.
I asked the wrong person, I guess. He said it was a 9. Okay, cool. Okay, 13. My pool is double check. And I still have vigor activated. 11, 16, 21, and 13 on top of 21 is 34.
Help me out.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 successes.
I always lose track of successes once they go past like 23.
Yeah, I believe that's 9 because 26, 29, 32. So that's almost 10 successes, but it's 9.
34, 9 successes and 1 away from.
Yeah.
Right again.
All right, so you
9
press
successes.
the guy with your Qatar. He is fucked up, but he's still standing.
Oh, he's still standing. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I will hit another person. Is there someone else close by?
Yes, there is.
That's a 5. All right, so 26. So that's 7.
All right, he too is still standing.
Okay. I smacked the shit out of that one, and he's like, and I smacked the shit out of another one.
Yes, you did. Terrell.
I'll hit the first one that he hit.
Okie dokie.
14? Yeah, 3.
Okay, 3.
3. All right. That will knock him torpid. Rolls him over into ag as well. So that guy drops. All right, and now they go.
Oh, and hold up.
Of course. Let's see.
That's just common sense.
Nine. Shit, where's my... For how this one works. Sarah, I need your composure. Composure.
Are against negative for it?
Yes, it is.
And I get bonuses for
Okay.
it. I get a +2.
Yes. So that would add to your composure. So what's your total?
8.
8? Okay. So you take 2 lethal.
That's not right.
As the nos that what's his face clawed into, that Weston clawed into, stares at you, and just he uses mortal fear, the 5th nightmare power, but as he does it, he screams, "He will feast on your soul!" I also need you to roll, huh?
I said I want my turn.
Oh, so his only does lethal?
Yeah, his only does lethal.
I need a pencil.
Okay.
Yes?
I was just saying because that's an ag.
That's what I thought too. Maybe we must have house ruled it then, because
Don't tell him that, you bitch!
the book says
Hey, that's why I said his.
The book says lethal.
Shut up!
Each success inflicts a point of lethal damage on a living. I could have sworn it was ag.
Hold on.
Rewind it like 15 seconds. I said nothing. Oh, he brought up video just to
Turn it on just for that.
Well, I'll say lethal. It doesn't matter. They're NPCs. They're
it matters to me, not bleeding self.
They're just here to die. So you take lethal. That's what I said.
Bitch.
Yeah, I could have sworn that power did ag too. I don't know why the book, but I don't know where I got that from.
I don't know either. Let's move on. Shit.
Okay, so you take 2 lethal from that. I also need you to roll resolve composure.
Nope.
Nope. All right. And next one is one of the ones.
Oh, I don't get to know.
Huh?
I said, oh, I don't get to know.
You don't get to know. No. Next one is one of the ones that we after that do. 4. No. This guy is torpid, so he's out. And this guy. That's the one. All right, so one of the guys swipes at Terrell and misses. Another one pops ag claws, gangrel claws, and swipes at Lest, but it scrapes off his armor.
Okay.
And these guys actually are coming out of this. All right, so through the cloud of bats, you see 4 guys come running in. 2 of them get tangled up in the bats as they're all screeching and scratching and biting and stuff. So they are currently blind fighting. So let me.
Oh, those poor bastards.
Nope. But, okay, so those 2 swing wildly, seeing and hitting nothing. The other 2 are able to actually get in close on you guys from behind. That's right, from behind. One of them is running up on Morbus, and he misses. Good God, that's number 1. All right. And then these last 2 guys from the back line. That is a 6. That's a 3. Okay. Vulcan, Drake, and Morbus need to make dex saves. So what happens is, for the back line of the guys to the gate, those guys who got set on fire by Fulkin's AoE fire arrows lob things at you, and they come clattering into the middle of your group, and you see they are 2 live grenades. So Fulkin and Drake need to make dex saves to try to get out of the way. Let's see. Jordan and Richard moved, but y'all are at the edge of that group. Let me check the blast radius on this.
Is Dex Athletics?
It is Dex Athletics. Yes, that is correct.
It's 4 successes.
Okay. Drake, what did you get?
3 successes. Can I add anything to that? The fast reflex?
No. Fast reflexes only adds to your initiative. It'd be just Dex Athletics. Unless you had a specialty of some kind in like running or sprinting.
3 successes.
3 successes? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. So. All right. So, Fulkin, you get out of it completely. It blows up behind you. Oh, let me check this.
Fulkin flash steps out of the way.
Could Morbus just throw it back?
Drake, as it explodes, you take 1 point of damage. However, since it is fire and you're a maquette, then it preys on your flaw, so you take 2 points of ag.
2 ag, because it's fire.
And Elizabeth manages to get to the very edge of it, and she takes 1 point of ag from the explosion.
That's that resilience.
I don't remember.
I think he's going to soak.
Soak it. Soak it, Lizzie.
Yeah, she'll soak it. That's a good point.
Good girl.
She got that resilience.
No. To soak, you only use 1 blood.
Yeah, but it can't. So it would just
No, you have
downgrade.
to have resilience for that, bro.
Yeah,
He
does
does have resilience.
Oh, you do?
Yes, he does.
Cool.
he bought some, yeah.
I learned it.
Yeah, them cross-plan disciplines, yo.
You can soak a number of damage up to the dots you have in resilience by paying 1 blood.
Yep.
I have 3 dots in it.
You got 3 dots? Okay. Yeah, he soaks it.
You
1
can
blood.
soak it, but you're still gonna have to roll. Doesn't he have to roll not to go into Rot Trek?
I think that's true. Let me check. Let me double check the plan flaw.
I mean, he's
It's
a
fire.
he's a maquette.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
They
cat in.
freak hard on fire.
I do.
That's why you take double damage.
Let me make sure. Yeah. So you should just have the double damage. All right. So you soak it. So you're good. And that is the end of the bad guy's turn. There are now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 9 total combatants remaining in this fight. We are back up to the top of the round. Sarah, ahead of you are 1, 2 guys. No, yeah, there are ahead of you are 2 dudes. One of the ones is the one that screamed at you, and then behind them are some other dudes that are on fire. 2 of whom are the ones that lobbed the grenades.
I'm going after the guy
Actually,
that
they
yelled
take
at me.
since they're on fire, they take extra damage this round. 1 second. Yeah, that's the end of the round. All right, you're technically still alive. Okay, you're going for the guy that yelled at you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to tell him that I'm going to eat his master first.
Okay. You Diablerist, you.
That's not the point.
He's already
That
done it.
is another 4.
4 ag.
Yes.
All right, Vulcan. Your turn. There are 2 dudes that just ran up that are running up at you guys from behind. They're coming through that wall of bats there. There's 2 dudes tangled up in the wall of bats, and those guys that you set on fire are still burning. They took more ag at the end of the last round, but they are still alive.
All right. So how many bros are ahead of us in our?
1, 2, 4 that need to die. 2 of them are right amongst the group with Sarah groups. Oh, for a second I thought you froze.
You did freeze.
Hard throws.
Oh, okay, we did freeze. Okay, sorry. We're saying there are 4 in total. 2 of them are Sarah and her angels and the doppelgangers. And then there's 2 at the back that were part of the group that you set on fire originally that threw the grenades at you guys.
Okay, so there's 4 in total. They all got kind of fucked by the arrows initially, and Sarah's just wrecking face.
Yep.
Are they grouped close enough where I could arrow rain them again?
Yes, they are. Yeah. The group at the back, you could arrow rain again and clear out more dudes back there.
Okay. So I will do that. Just regular arrows this time.
Alright. We'll probably kill them. That was him rolling the die. Oh, so that's another 8?
Yep, another 8 successes.
Alright. So then these guys are definitely dead. Alright. So at that back in the area where there was fire and shit, a bunch of the dudes get needled again by your second volley, and you see them go down and then start crumbling into ashes back there as the fire completely consumes them.
Regular arrows, bro. Regular.
Yeah, but you set fire to that area with your fire arrows.
They're just constantly burning.
Yeah, they were already on. They were already burning. They took more damage at the end of last round for being on fire still. So when you torpor them, then they just go. So yeah. And then, all right, it is now Lesk's turn. Lesk, the one of the dudes that you hit last round, the one that you hit for a bunch of damage, Terrell finished him off. The other guy that you hit for less damage is still standing, and he's the one that tried to hit you. And then there's another dude up there that tried to hit Terrell, but he failed.
Did Screaming Man die yet?
Screaming Man is not dead yet. No. These guys have a lot of health.
He needs to die.
These guys have a lot of health.
How many guys are behind us?
4 that you need to deal with.
Okay, but I meant including the ones we don't have to deal with.
Oh, in total of NPCs, it's something on the order of 13 or so.
Okay.
You got Butcher. You can actually see Butcher, Teresa, and Michelle are holding off that back line of guys trying to come through Drake's wall of bats.
Those guys that threw the grenades.
Yeah.
Would they happen to have any more on them?
Possibly. They're dead though. You can go check. You could run over there and check their ashes and see if anything was not destroyed by their final death.
Because I couldn't see it.
They're on the other side of the gate. Like they are. Let me draw it back here. They're like down back here at the back line. They were the guys furthest back that were part of the original group in here. That when Falcon saw center mass on that group with his AOE,
yeah,
they were like at the farthest back, and so they were lobbing grenades at you guys. So you'd have to go over there.
Okay. What can I accomplish in a turn with celerity?
You can easily get over there, because at this point, let's see. Let me check the numbers. At this point, their numbers are thinned enough from Sarah's charge and Falcon's volleys that you could run between the guys remaining and go look. If you wanted to just full move over there, you wouldn't be able to attack once you get over there, but you would be able to completely full move over there in a single turn with celerity.
I'm sorry. Okay, so I'll run over there and see what's going on. See what if I can see anything.
Okay. As you root around amongst their ashes and what remains of their clothes and stuff, you find a couple guns. Some ammo clips, and at least 3 grenades that are still intact.
Okay. And it's on their body?
It's amongst their ashes, yeah.
Okay. If I do an action, would it sacrifice my defense? Because I moved already?
I mean, you can get down and pick them up. That's no problem.
What I was actually going to do was hurdle their bodies, and then maybe I haven't used this yet. Maybe with telekinesis, pull the pins.
Well, there are no bodies left. They're ash.
Oh, they're ash. Okay.
Yeah. Falcon. That's the backline that Falcon ashed with his AOE arrows. Yeah, so there's no actual bodies back there. Everybody's dead.
Okay. Well, I was going to use it to like push them back. That's why I was going to do that, to like make them fall down and just go put them.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Well, I could just I just throw one.
Okay. Well, you can pick one up this round. You'll have to wait till next round to throw because you had to full move over there.
I'll grab all of them.
Okay. So you have 3 grenades on you now.
Okay.
Yep. Morbus's turn. Morbus is progressing towards the gates, keeping his thing up. He can shoot with his other hand. Yeah. Okay. That guy's gonna take 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 1, All right, so Morbus is progressing toward the gate, keeping his barrier up. And he's firing back into the crowd of dudes that are trying to come through the bat wall at you guys. That makes it Drake's turn. There's some odd 16 people trying to get through your wallow bats, and then there's some at this point 10 or 13 people left between in the mouth of the gate, where Sarah is charging through. Sarah, Rigoletta, and company are pushing through.
And here's the people. Well, okay, one of the people, the one in the front with 5 successes.
Oh, you're throwing knives?
Yes.
All right.
Pew pew pew.
So let's see. That's going to be 3, 4, 5. All right.
Clang clang. Fly off into the distance. We know it's getting back.
I like how Justin's knives sound like laser blasters. Sure. Another 5.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, he rolled a 10
Oh.
and a 1.
10.
Yeah, and a 1, so 10.
Okay.
Another 5 success. Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
I rolled a 10.
All right. So that's one guy that goes torpid at least, and then this dude takes another 5. So it's gonna be this guy's torpid, and that guy is at 8 lethal. All right. Okie dokie, and that is Drake's turn. Rigoletta's turn. Rigoletta leaves a crippled dude on the ground and bounds forward again in this weird demon-y state. As you guys are watching, you can see that that weird after image thing actually is like affording her extra limbs to grab people and things with. So she's actually like grappling multiple people at once and breaking this stuff.
Thank God.
All right, and then it is Terrell's turn. Terrell, there's one of the dudes up front that tried to hit you last round. And then there's 3 guys left behind you guys that have come through the bat wall at this point.
Okay. I'll attack the guy that's coming at me.
All right.
The other one guy? The other one that Jordan had did? Or is he still there? The second.
Yes. Hang on, let me check and make sure. The other one that Jordan had hit is the one that is the one that tried to hit you.
Okay. And then is there another guy there or no?
No.
Okay.
That other dude got torpided.
4 successes.
All right.
What are you doing?
4. All right. He doesn't like it, but he is still standing. All right.
He doesn't like it, but he's still standing.
And all right. Let's see here. Lesk, Drake, and then the other one's gonna be on Sarah again, because you're still hacking that guy to pieces. I need y'all's composures.
8.
Right, still 8 for you, which means that you take 1 lethal from that. He shrieks at you again as you're clawing out his insides.
I guess 5.
5, okay. That's gonna be 3 lethal to you. That guy. And then Drake, what's your composure? This is a mental power for anybody who has mental resist bonuses.
5 composure.
You have any mental resist bonuses?
I don't think he does, but
I know I do.
I was looking for him, but I didn't have any.
it's going to be 3 lethal to him as well.
Which is interesting.
So I have
I'll heal it up.
Huh? Oh, okay, you heal it up?
Yeah, I'll use 3 blood to heal it up.
Alright. Is anybody else soaking or healing?
How much am I taking?
You just took 1 from that one. You took 2 last time. Okay, so you're at a total of 3 lethal then at this point. I'm just checking. And Drake, I also have you at 3 lethal. And now I need Lesk and Drake to roll Resolve Comp.
So
I need Lesk and Drake to roll Resolve Composure.
Yeah.
they screamed at us.
Yes.
That king thing.
Yeah, he shriek as they use the power on you. They shriek and they're like, you will fall before the king.
Justin rolled a 10. Does he get to roll again for something like that?
No, you don't roll for it. Oh yes, you do roll. I'm sorry. I'm using like too many systems all at once.
I understand.
You do get to roll again. Yes, you do get 10 again, unless for some reason you. Yeah.
29.
Huh?
29.
29. So 8 successes.
So Drake is completely unaffected.
I rolled a 7. You said resolve comp, right?
Yeah, Resolve Composure.
So 15.
Okay.
6 successes.
Then you should be good too. Yes, you're fine too. They shriek thing that you like, his fangs will tear your flesh.
Okay. I was like, oh, throw a grenade. Throw a fucking grenade.
You will serve the king. All right, and that is their turns as a group. Mm-hmm. So back to top of the round, Sarah.
I will.
Die. I'm just gonna wreck his day. He needs to stop screaming at me. So still 4.
Yeah, he's dead.
Just like
so he ashes with that one. All right, and then Vulcan. There are 1, 2, 3, 4. There are a total of 5 left. Only one of those is in front of you guys. No, I'm sorry. 2 of those are in front of you guys. Did we lose his audio again?
No, I'm muted.
Oh,
So, there's only 2 dudes blocking the critical path?
Yeah.
Okay. Are they pretty hurt?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just shoot just a regular single arrow at one of them and start moving in towards the room.
Okay.
Oh, that's a 10.
Nice. Overkill.
Where did that go? Okay, 4. So 14.
Okay. Free experience for a specialty, I believe.
Yes.
Wow, this is such a waste. 10 successes on that dude.
Overkill. So that dude actually, let's see, I think he ashes from that fourth of the rollover. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so that guy's dead. He is.
If I'd have fired both arrows, he'd
right.
have 20 lethal all at once.
Yep. All right, let's see. Good. All right, that leaves 1, 2, 3, and 4 left. One of them is in front. Lesk.
Okay. I'm trying to think real quick.
That's hard.
I'm sorry?
That's hard for Lesk sometimes. Only when he's berserking.
He's not berserking right now.
That's true. He's not berserking.
Um,
No, you're thinking of Butcher. He's good.
I'm trying to think if there's anything on my person. Well, those guys at Ash, there's some. They would have their clothes there, right?
Yeah, I mean, the final death takes some of your stuff with you because you do kind of go on fire a bit. But yeah, they're like coats and boots and things like that.
I could take like a piece of cloth and just bundle those grenades together, right?
Yeah, that'd be easy to do.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do, grab like a piece of shirt,
Mm-hmm.
grab a piece of shirt,
Mm-hmm.
put them in, pull the pin, and I'm gonna tell. Well, before I pull the pin, I'm gonna say the people in the back, that are holding our retreat,
Yeah.
say
So you're
run.
All right.
You instantly have all this netting. Say your prayer.
To tell them to run towards me, and then I pull the pin, do this, get ready to throw. Hopefully it's not a one.
Oh, please be one. That'd be hilarious.
No.
Just fuck.
14, and that's a regular strength roll. Would that be?
Well, to throw, it's Dex Athletics when you're throwing things.
I thought if you're throwing, because I threw a rock at the guy and it was a strength roll. So I thought if it's
Big
something
rock.
you love, it's a
But you're
strength.
going for distance if you're trying to get it to a certain spot.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, you're trying to hit a spot, so it's yeah.
Well, I could still add my celerity to that.
Your celerity?
Couldn't I add? Well, it's Dex.
Yeah, but you're not moving.
Oh, okay.
It's straight Dex Athletics.
Okay. All right. So Dex of 4.
You don't want the bad karma. I stole it.
Dex of 4. Athletics 3. And I believe that's it. So 7, 20, 14, 21. Wait, what are you doing?
Is it 21?
It's 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Okay.
I was confused while you were doing this.
Oh.
And I'm gonna basically try to throw it in the body of the guy in the front, so he kind of catches it because he doesn't know what it is because it's wrapped up.
If he throws it back,
Hopefully. Well, that's why I try to throw it. It's not a vigor roll, but I try to throw it.
Okay.
And
Let's see. So that is going to be. Let's see. Everybody else has actually moved forward or moved out of the cluster at this point. So and Falcon's already moved forward. So the only people that need to haul ass will be Butcher, Michelle, and Teresa because they were holding the back line there. Morbus also needs to move. I have to make sure none of them do anything dumb. Nope, they're all good. All right, so they all hightail it through the gate as you throw your bouquet of grenades and
bouquet.
K, and they there's the clatter. And those dudes are like, oh fuck. Let's see at least.
Move your microphone up a bit. It looks like a Hitler mustache.
Right.
All right. So you do see that one of them sees it coming, and he manages to jump aside before his buddies do. The other guys take blast. 1, 2, 3, and then 3. And then that guy gets out. All right. That's it. They need to. Let's see. All right. And he's fine. Okay. All right. So you guys, of course, have moved through the gate now. There is one dude here The other three are behind you. There's one dude here that needs to be dealt with. He's already pretty hurt though. So it's Morbus's turn. 8. Yeah. Okay. So, your guys in the gate area, which is the Gangrel Pack, Rigoletta, and the Doppelgangers, are putting down the last few dudes who were in your way. And as Morbus walks to the gate, he just kind of like, without even looking at one of the last dudes who was moving in to try to menace Sarah, caps him in the head. And
sweet.
Thanks, Boo.
He just does the gunslinger twirl thing.
He has to show off too.
Yep.
Sarah will totally say that as she took away from the guy that she just asked. Just go, thanks, Boo.
Does he try not to strut?
The last few guys, yeah. You gotta do some cool stuff now and then. The last 3 guys are behind you guys. They got blasted with the grenade. So it's now Drake's turn.
What kind of damage did the grenade do?
2 of them took 3 ag from it. One of them managed to dodge entirely.
Oh, nice. Yeah, because I struck 3 grenades together. Justin. Yeah, he said, what is Drake doing?
Drake? He is...
Oh, and actually, they are also knocked down. Not that it really matters because they don't get turn either. So.
It's still trying to run away, right?
Sorry, 1 second. Yeah, okay. So those 2 guys who took 3 ag, I just remembered they're knocked down as well because they didn't escape the blast radius like at all. So, so they are on their backs. They already didn't have defense because of Morbus' spell, but they have to take a turn to get up. Sorry. So Drake, what were you saying?
He's still doing stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're still running away. We're still running through the door. Yeah.
We're not running away. We're still trying to get to this stupid gate.
He said running through the gate.
Running through the gate.
The closest one to me, 5 success.
What are you doing?
Throwing knife.
He's throwing knives at the closest one to him with 5 successes.
With 5 successes. All right. That's going to torpor that dude.
Okay, cool.
That guy's torpid. And there's 2 dudes laying on the ground.
I should burn him in effigy.
He said I should burn him in effigy.
Alright. 4 successes on the next one.
4 successes on the next one.
I could probably just fall into it.
Wait, you're throwing it into the torpid guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
10. Oh, you're throwing into the torpid dude?
Yeah, 4 successes into the torpid guy.
Okay. Let me recalculate his damage. That's... Okay. So that's 4 successes. He's not quite ashed.
Five successes.
5 successes.
That'll ash him.
Alright.
So, Drake flings a knife at the dude. He, like, goes all rigor mortis, drops to his knees, and before he can even, like, finish hitting the ground, the next 2 are like, choom, choosh!
Nice.
I like it. There's 2 dudes left on the ground.
All out try to kill someone.
Rigoletta is reforming back to her normal self.
Aw.
And that's going to make it Terrell's turn.
You put it in front of your face.
What's... No, we'll handle it. Do I still have the guy who was attacking me? Where's he?
He's torpid. You torpid him with that last attack.
I'll attack him again.
That's fine.
That's 3 successes. 6. He rolled a 16.
Yeah, 3.
Okay. Let's see. Doesn't quite ash him, but that does put him deeper into ag. You rolled him over into ag already, so let's see. So yeah, one other success. You would need another. He has 3 levels of health left before he would.
Hold up.
He's looking at something.
You can technically just coup de grace him once he's like that, but.
No, that's the last move in that fighting discipline that you gave me.
Oh, okay.
But hold up, I'm looking at the other one.
Okay.
Okay, I'll attack him again.
Wait, why?
One of those fighting style things that I have. 20, and then minus to 18.
All right, so
4 successes. Yeah.
4 successes. All right, yeah, that'll lash him.
Yeah, but I don't have my full dodge.
you don't have his full dodge.
I said I don't have my full dodge on right now.
Right.
Because technically, I did a different.
The only other guys left are laying on the ground from his from the grenade blast. So there's some dudes getting up behind you guys. A few of them are all burnt and agged up. But that's they have to all spend their round doing that. You guys are now effectively through the gates.
Does it look like I would have time to close the gates?
Yeah, you could. There's now that you're on the inside, you guys can see where the mechanisms work, and there's a big ass lever on the wall next to the gate, so you can easily just walk over and pull it, and the gates would close on themselves on their own.
All right, I will do that thing.
All right. So unless anybody else is doing anything else, Les is closing the gates.
Yep.
All right. So
Okay.
the big black metal, scrap metal. Oh, what?
Richard's saying something.
Is there a specialty I could get for weaponry to add to my tactical?
Yes, you can get specialties for blunt weapons or swords or knives, things like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
3.
Yeah, it costs 3 experience, and you get a +1 per applicable specialty.
Yeah, because like for my weaponry, I have a specialty in heavy weapons.
Yep.
Cost like 3.
Yeah. Okay, so that battle is over. So the big black metal scrap gates.
Why's it gotta be black?
Cause swing closed behind you guys.
Oh, because they're smaller.
And they slam, and there's this big echoing boom that rumbles through the cavern. It wasn't nearly that funny.
Yeah.
The big echoing boom that rolls through the caverns as they slam shut behind you. So for those of you who remember LaRoche's instructions from last time, after you pass the gates, there is a large chasm that is bridged in some fashion, and that bridge leads into the proper necropolis itself. I am going to take one real quick second to go grab some more water. So y'all give me a minute. And people can use the bathroom and shit.
Yeah.
Well. Yeah.
I missed that. What?
I said people can use the bathroom and shit, and then Amber started laughing.
Yeah.
Which, it's not how I meant it, but it does. It makes sense.
Yeah.
So, give me a minute.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna go get some water too.
And the 19 experience that I had about the swords and weapons and stuff. Okay, I guess.
Okay, there we go.
Alright, that was my bad.
Well, that's 550. Starting pay. And that's just part of it.
Let me clear this drawing.
They train you. You work right here at this sword. It's one of the better swords.
Super. Sorry, I'm back.
Hold Alt. Right. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
I don't think
Is it a new scene?
It is. So anyway, with Clash of Wills, you need to re-roll.
What is it?
Aspects.
I know, but what is
It is wits int investigation aspects.
Because you're doing a class of skills for seeing if you see anyone at obfuscator.
One.
Rich got one.
Four.
We'll pull it 4. Did you roll?
I need to spend a people. All right. What is it?
You could spend the willpower.
No, you can spend willpower on it too.
Not to re-roll.
No, I was making a joke.
Oh.
All right. What is?
He said int
And
investigation and aspects.
Mm-hmm.
No aspect. It's in the middle of the mental to get skills.
The only thing I have 13.
Willpower?
It will be almost success. All right, 3, 4 successes. 3 successes.
Oh, you're at 3?
Yeah.
Okay, Justin with the willpower spent did 3 successes.
All right.
Then you added 3 to it. That's 16.
That lasts for the next
There you
scene.
go. I said 4. I said 4, then I said no, 3.
He was almost at 4, but he did 3 successes.
Okay, let's see.
Can I just make an investigation roll? I don't want to do anything. I want to be like everyone else and roll.
You can make an investigation roll, but let me describe the scene to you so that you know what we're looking at.
Okay.
Where's my black? There it is. Freehand. Or wait, let's do this.
Cheerful. What you just. I pull without aspects. Wait. I said without. It's I'm using int. It's 9. I'm using will. It's 16. My hungry eye give me 2 to investigation. So I have 5 investigation. Actually, it's 9 and 10 and 8.
Yeah,
I'm
out.
going.
Oh God, it's a Sarlacc. What have we done?
Wait, where?
This is Adam Phoenix. What have you done?
God,
Is it still going?
it's stuck at 82. We're past the 82.
All right. So this weird ass impressionist nonsense that I've drawn here.
Oh wow!
All right. So as you guys progress, you come to a place where the ground just kind of ends in a huge cliff, and there's this bridge that is like is suspended from the ceiling of the cavern by this mess of wires and cables. It doesn't look like the most structurally sound thing, but as you step on it, it is indeed solid.
Okay.
So you're able to make your way further in, and as you progress through the dark, and you go across the chasm, you start to come toward the sound of howling and wailing and shrieking and shouting. And eventually you guys emerge into a new chasm.
Okay.
Right here is where you guys are, the red-brown blur there. And the black leading ahead of you is the main bridge, and all the little black spokes off of it are smaller sub-bridges that lead to other parts of the city. And what you realize is that the city is actually built over this gaping hole in the earth. That the Nos built their havens. That's what the gray things are on the sides of the wall there. Built their havens into or onto the walls and crags and crevices, hanging precariously over this drop into absolute blackness beneath you. The bridges go. Come again?
I said that motherfucker's got a death wish.
Yeah. The bridges go in all weird directions. They go up and down, and there's bridges that are nothing more than like bits of spokes from like train tracks, and then there's bridges that look like they're made entirely out of painters' ladders. Nothing down here looks comfortingly safe, but it's that very Nazi, just grab what the fuck ever and use it to build stuff. And at the very end, the brown bit way over here at the far end of the chasm is a large structure that actually looks like it was actually properly carved out of stone. And it looks like somebody took what was the living rock and sculpted the stalagmites and stalactites into pillar-like structures. So it kind of looks like a huge gaping fang-filled mouth, sort of, but also looks like the entrance to a large royal palace. And as you guys are progressing along this bridge, you can see that the city is in chaos. Uncomfortingly, the bridge shakes every now and then. It bounces or shifts, and as you look around, you can see that the denizens of the Necropolis are going mad. They're attacking each other. Occasionally, some of the screams are people that have been thrown from a ledge or out of a haven or off a balcony and just go howling down into the dark beneath you. There are fights happening on other parts of the bridge that are shaking the main bridge. So there's constant vibrations running through this thing. At least once, as you guys are walking, there's this the sickening shudder of the entire bridge, and the whole thing bounces, and there's the sound of snapping wire. And you see one entire section of the bridge comes loose, where a group of people clinging to the ceiling sawed loose the cables and dropped all the people that were on that section of the bridge into the darkness below.
Damn.
Yeah. And it makes the main bridge shake because as it drops, it catches for a second, and then the connector to the main bridge give way, and the whole thing falls. And so the bridge shakes for a bit, and then stops bouncing and comes back to normal. Its normal level. Every once in a while across this thing, you think you're gonna have to fight, but the people howling appear to be more preoccupied with each other than with you. And so every now and then, somebody will like stop and look at you, and then suddenly there'll be like a shout behind them. We'll be like, "Shit!" and keep running. Or a group will come running in and they'll stop and they'll be all wary, like think they're gonna have to fight you, and they back off and they keep going in the other direction or something like that.
I have chaos some of these crazy people.
All right, you can eye of chaos some of these crazy people.
Okay, one second.
So please.
Hold on. That's you. Close your eye.
What thing? Oh, the thing you were resisting? You don't know. I'm sorry. It's kind of meant to be. I know.
You're totally gonna get hit.
Sorry.
All right, 4 successes.
All right. You dive into the vision, and you are aware that you just that in the vision you are aware that you, whoever you are, just woke up. The sun just set wherever the hell overhead, and the night has begun for you. And as it always does, there's the unsettling murmur in the back of your head, this constant sort of thing, and you stop and you tilt your head to try to get them to clear up, and in this vision, the person whose head you're in, you've learned that if you focus, you can figure out what they want, and if you do what they want, they leave you alone. And in this case, it wants you to murder someone. It desires the final death of some vampire tonight. It doesn't seem to care who, just somebody, and that'll be it. And so you gather your things and you go out of your haven. You traverse the bridges and you go to. There's a name that flashes in your head, but it's gone almost as soon as it flashes through. So you, as the vision watcher, don't quite catch it, but there's a sense of recognition in the person's head of this person has been causing trouble for you. They keep bad-mouthing you around the Necropolis, and they've been interfering in your attempts to get more status amongst your fellow underdwellers, and you're really sick of them. So you're just going to go ahead and kill them tonight. And you open their haven, you just kind of kick in the door, and you are greatly disappointed to find that somebody beat you to it. There's 2 vampires in there standing over a pile of ash. You draw your weapons, and it begins. And the vision ends there as you bare your fangs and snarl and leap forward, and blood, and then that's kind of the end of the vision right there.
Okay. Can Fulkin tell if that dude was a Ventrue or not? Did he feel Ventrue-y?
The one that when you focused on him to do your Eye of Chaos in him, you did feel that clan-based kinship. So that dude was a Ventrue.
Yes. Okay.
And as you review him in your mind, you see that he clearly won that whatever fight that was, but because his clothes were all shredded, but he himself looked pretty pristine, And you got the feeling from in his head about that whole political machination that he was angling to be right hand of the king, and shit kept getting in his way and stuff like that, and so yeah.
Did he feel Malkovian?
No, you don't feel, especially since because you have distant sympathy now, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you definitely did not feel that bond to him. He's not one of yours.
So the guy whose head I was inside of was definitely Ventrue, but was definitely not Malkovian.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know.
Yeah. So if you didn't have distant sympathy, I would have had you roll for it, but you haven't. So you would have been able to feel his blood if it was yours.
I'm gonna close my eyes and taint.
So you're looking for taint?
He's seeing if there's a taint and if there's some that's not taint, I guess.
Okay. As you close your eyes and turn your head around, it's sort of a mixed bag. You don't see any of the red fire down here that you've come to associate with infernal demons and such, but you are getting those faint purplish glows around certain individuals around here. Not everybody has it, but a lot of them do. And at one point, you actually notice a new one flicker into your presence, and it wasn't like you're kind of you kind of know how it is when people come into range of your power, and so that's how you can then tell. This one seemed to have been there, and he wasn't surrounded by this aura, and then all of a sudden he was, because it happens close enough to you that there's no way that would have missed that otherwise.
All right. Am I noticing anything different, between the ones that are flickering and the ones that aren't?
Not outwardly, no. as you like open and close your eyes to try like get a better view of the picture. The ones they're playing all sorts of roles in this. Some of them are attacking others. Some of them are running away from others. Some of them are doing nothing more than sitting and watching the madness continue. There doesn't seem to be any rhyme, reason, or pattern to who has the purple fire and who doesn't.
Okay. All right.
All right. So I assume that you guys go ahead straight along the bridge, heading towards the palace. Yeah.
If anyone comes in to look like they're about to hit us, I'm just gonna push them.
All right.
Because we're looking for that other level, right? Or is this the level that he was talking about?
This is the level. This is the final. This is the city.
Okay.
Yeah. You had to get past the gates.
I couldn't quite remember. I was having a problem remembering.
It's okay. Yeah, you had to get past the gates, and then you would come into the city proper.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah, come into it. Had to.
Amazing.
You guys come to the stone steps of the actual palace itself and start to ascend up towards it, moving in between those pillars. And there is no light here. It's utterly black. So even to those of you who, even to your vampire eyes, it is too dark to see, save for anybody who has Auspex enhanced eyes.
What up?
Green Lantern.
All right, you have the squid lantern. So you pull out your squid lantern, and that eerie greenish glow rolls out around Fulton as the squid starts to glow.
Fulton will turn to Elizabeth and be like, "And you said this wouldn't come in handy later."
she just kind of gives you this kind of look as slowly shakes her head. She's like, so smug. So as you progress with the greenish glow, you start to leave behind the roar of the city. It starts to come just distant, kind of eerie, hollow echoes. And at a certain point, the light ceases to bounce off the walls as the room gets wide enough that the light of Fulton's lantern no longer touches the extremities of the room. So you're just kind of in a circle of green illumination, and pitch blackness around you on all sides. It's cold and stale down here. You're far enough away from the surface that the heat of surface air, although it is winter up and stuff like that, but that there's nothing coming in.
Winter is coming.
Yeah, it's actually New Year's night. Oh God.
Get it?
Yes, winter is coming. Yes, no.
Yeah, Game of Thrones reference.
Yeah. Well, she said ho 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 because she says Santa.
Oh wow, no. Greater Fae bullshit right there.
Right.
I win.
Yes, we do. So it's cold and stale down here. You're deep enough that the air never gets circulated in this place. And as you guys are moving, there is something moving in the dark around you.
One?
Yes.
One thing or
The thing.
can we roll to tell if it's one or more?
It's
You can, yeah. Give me investigation checks to try to see into the darkness.
Int or wits?
Wits.
Okay.
Will be
a 6. Wits. Int. 3 successes. Wits investigation. I got 3 successes.
Okay.
Richard rolled. He got 2.
Okay.
You said what's in investigation, right?
Oh,
Yes,
God.
ma'am.
That's so well.
I got 5 successes.
Love that.
Yep, it's 10. Falcon got how many?
I got 5.
Okay. And what did Justin say he got?
He didn't roll.
Oh, he didn't roll.
Richard
Okay.
got 2.
Richard got 2, and you got 3, and then I have 2 5s. All right. So Leskin Terrell, you guys are aware that something is definitely moving. You pick up that the pitter of feet, the brush of something on stone, and whatever it is staying just outside of the ring of the light. Sarah and Falcon, you guys both recognize that there are multiple things. You pick up that some of these things fell into step with you about 5 paces ago, and they are sort of from as you can sort of hear and peer at the shadows, you kind of get the sensation that they have moved into a sort of formation, kind of like not at all unlike royal guards escorting you forward through the chamber. Yeah, and
Can we feel what they are?
you cannot feel them vampirically.
Prospect type.
So you can't feel their beasts.
You're going awesome. Or what? What are you doing?
But beyond that, there is something else out there, something bigger. And it's beyond the things that have formed up around you, and whatever it is, from the feeling of the air displacement every time it moves, it is very large.
So Falcon will psychically think to the others. Do you guys feel that?
Which one?
There's something.
Who feels the big thing? Just all of us, or just them two?
Sarah will just nod.
You guys, yeah, you two are able to make out that it is in fact a big thing. You other two just know that there's something there. You're not sure that it's large or small or how many. There's just something moving around you. Yeah.
I just say I feel something.
I close my eyes.
Justin closes his eyes and he looks around. Because that's a thing.
With me.
Justin, as you close your eyes and you look around, you are flanked on either side on either side 2 each, so a total of 4 of the purple glowing forms, and moving in very strange, extremely difficult to describe patterns, almost like a very large serpent. Coiling around over behind you is a long streak of purple fire.
Streaks? What? Who said anything about streaks?
Not Diablery streaks. It is a lengthy and large streak of purple fire that is in constant motion, and it seems to be keeping a sort of equidistant movement around you as you progress through the chamber.
Okay. I kind of, I don't say anything, but I kind of motion towards where I see it coming from and try to caution them with body language without being too obvious.
Okay, so dudes, remember we have the psychic headset things, so
yeah,
talk without talking.
He's not using it. He said he doesn't want to use it.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Vulcan's totally using it. He doesn't give a shit.
And not everybody has Vulcan's mental fortitude.
This is
Damn
fair.
coils. Damn coils. um, so, you guys keep going until you at last come to the end of this area, and there you find a raised platform of stone, roughly hewn. It's not pretty; it's jagged, and upon it is what appears to be a large chair made entirely out of iron chains. And they aren't like chains that have been hooked solidly. It's like someone put a bunch of chains into the far walls, ceilings, and floors, and then pulled them all taut in varying directions so they would bend around each other to form a semi-seat-like construct. And all across the throne are large rusted iron shackles that look like they at one point held something in there. They are each of them bent, torn, snapped, and warped open. And the chains are covered in black, old, rotted blood.
Tell Ivan that as we're approaching it, I bite into my wrist.
Just speak up.
I bite into my wrist as I'm approaching the throne and start pulling the blood in my hand. And when we reach a stopping point, I kind of circle it around myself.
Okay.
Summon the ghost again.
Just summon the ghost again.
Okay.
I'm going to make mention that it looks like something was held prisoner.
All right.
I'll use the.
Yeah, psychically. Okay, you're doing this psychically. All right. So as Drake, you spill your blood, and you feel that presence sort of enter in next to you. It's that same kind of shadowy, can't quite look at it feel that it has a lot of the times when it's around, until it wants to look at it. Les relays that to the rest of the team. He says psychically, it looks like something was prisoner here. Morbus replies, yes, and whatever it was escaped. Still using the headsets. I missed the cam when we used to do this.
Right?
Would we? I'm just thinking. I don't know if it would be the king or not. We shall see. I guess. Well, it was just a massive chain, so it could be his throne. It could not. I mean, I could assume that, but
You stand in silence, having your psychic conversation for a few moments. Drake, so far as you can tell, as you blink and stuff, the purples aren't moving in on you. The four that have been escorting you remain at a safe distance, that they are not illuminated by Fulkin's lantern, and the streak appears to be coiling up in the chamber behind where you guys are. And you will perhaps notice that at this point, where the chains are is just a solid rock wall behind it. So you are now in a position where to get out, you will have to go through whatever that thing is behind you.
okay, you gonna relay that somehow?
I would use the psychic to tell y'all that the thing is coiled behind us in order for us to get out.
So it's blocking our escape. Shall I announce they show themselves?
All right.
That was a question to the group.
Oh.
I mean, are we ready?
Wait, what are you doing?
No.
Oh, nice. Okay, so any nays, any yays? Nobody says anything. I asked if I.
He's asking. Sorry, you broke up a little coming on our through on our side. He said he was asking if he should announce to them, "Show yourselves." But he's asking that psychically. If anybody has any objections to him speaking.
Yeah, I mean, at the same time, Falcon would say, "We've arrived. Who's going to issue our challenge?"
Well, I was going to.
Nope, no objections. All right, so Sarah just shrugs.
Show yourself, King.
Where there was silence before, you are now painfully aware of the sound of feet or maybe hands moving towards you. Too many of them. And right at the edge, but directly behind you, right at the edge of Falcon's lantern. All right, I just posted a link into chat. There it is. That thing peers into the light behind you.
Interesting.
That was the chisel.
The toaster?
The toaster? Yes, the toaster.
Cool. Is that the full image?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Oh wow, looks cool. Good job.
Mm-hmm. From somewhere behind all those teeth, there is this rasp that sounds almost amused. It's not quite a laugh. It's sort of just a kind of a sound.
Real quick, I'm going to roll. This is not concern attack rate.
Okay.
Mm-mm. All right, this costs 1 blood. I will pop celerity and vigor though.
All right.
8.
So spending for celerity and vigor.
Yeah.
Will last for the scene. Or will vigor last for the scene? Celerity lasts for a minute.
20. Cool. 5 successes.
Do remember, celerity lasts for a minute or a combat.
Oh, that's true. I won't do that yet.
Okay. Talking for over a minute, then it expires.
Okay, I understand. I forgot about that, so I won't do that. So that drops it down to 16.
Okay.
So 3 successes.
Okay.
And I'm doing ghost sign.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm doing that. I'm riding. And my target is Drake.
All right.
So, where is he in conjunction to me?
More or less right next to you guys here. I'm gonna scroll down and put the because we're gonna be using that map in a second again. Draw a shape.
What are you laughing about?
The actual note. Whoever takes the note. That apparently didn't put it, and obviously it's been inside.
All right, so if you scroll down beneath the big cavern picture, in that rectangle, y'all are the red square. Y'all are surrounded by the purple square, and that purple smudge in front of you is the thing.
Okay. Well, I'll just catch Drake's eye, make a ghost sign.
Mm-hmm.
Very first power, and basically just asking, "Is he infected?" Nod your answer. Drake. And you nod yes.
So Drake, what you see is this sort of shimmer in the air appear. This sort of like ghostly, spectral writing, and you can actually see it being drawn as Les makes the image appear in front of your face. And so you see him ask the question, "Is he infected?" Nod your answer.
I nod.
Okay.
He nods. Yes. Okay.
Nod yes.
Okay. And no one else can see what it was written, what was written, but I believe someone can see that something supernatural happened.
Yes, at times it can, if they're looking for it. So.
Okay.
Yeah. So the thing kind of that face is stares at you for a minute, and then it shifts and rises higher than a human body would possibly stand, and seems to sort of survey your entire group as it moves just at the edge of the light. And then finally the lips sort of peel down over the teeth just enough to allow it to properly speak and actually form actual words. And through those teeth is this truly ruined voice that you're only able to understand because of the fact that it's layered. So it's echoed like 3 or 4 times as it says it and the echo is what lets you pick up the meaning. And it says, "How fortunate. Welcome to the deep. Would that my city were in better circumstances. But perhaps I will have the opportunity to remove you before my campaign on the surface begins."
What has happened to your kingdom?
The infection has come.
It seems that you have taken a part of it as well.
Perhaps. Perhaps it is not I who am infected, but all others. I can't tell anymore.
How did he get to you?
Something was eaten that should not have been eaten.
And you also took.
At my age, child, you eat what you can find.
Certainly. How unfortunate for you, Worm King.
Perhaps. But it seems I am blessed this evening. How strange it is that on the eve in which great powers conspire, that my court should be blessed by the presence of the Emperor himself. What brings you down here with these outcasts and exiles?
Okay, hold up. You get that. So I'm going to do my penalty for discourtesy.
Okay.
And I guess since he doesn't have a contested role, I just have to succeed.
Yeah, it should be a simple success.
Motherfucker!
Damn it!
Okay, good.
So you're saying, what brings you down here with these outcasts and exiles to the court of this humble king?
And I just say, Emperor, whom are you referring to?
The head rears and then enters into the light, and now you see that behind the head is a long centipedal body.
Worm, yeah.
Yeah, of looks like multiple misshapen human torsos, and it moves on a multitude of arms and legs that act as its motion, and it coils like around you guys completely, and it's long enough that it's able to move completely, like encircle your group, and still not have all of it in the light of the lantern. And it leans in much closer, very nearly within melee striking range.
I'm ready, just in case.
I know, and
Right.
those huge jet black eyes like narrow slightly, at you in particular, as is like, child of the dark, do not play me for a fool. You are here because he has commanded it, are you not? The Imperium somehow learned of my coup. You are the assassins sent to end me. Unless, of course, his grace seeks to parley. And this time, as his head like does the weird shift, he looks very pointedly directly at Terrell.
Can't roll?
Huh?
You're okay?
So I just look around and like, what the fuck?
You're not gonna say anything?
We were not sent by the
I just said I
Emperor
look
King.
around, like, what the fuck?
I can't hear what Ben just said. What?
Sorry. We were not sent by the Emperor Worm King. We have our own mission. You have, unfortunately, become an obstacle to that mission. But I am intrigued by your assertion that we are from the Imperium. As exiles, it would only make sense that we despise them. Perhaps as much as you do.
You are gonna hold up your finger?
Yeah. I'll be like, what do you mean by emperor?
He gives this like sort of snorting snarl, and says, all of us are given our sentences. Mine was to be chained here in the deep, left in the dark to rot for eternity. Some of you were sent to parts unknown, banished to the wild and the farthest corners of the earth. But in aging, I have learned this truth of our kind, that the enemy of my enemy is not my friend.
You are quite right about that. I too have
Okay, I
your all
can-
foes. What?
I said, could I roll to him saying we're not friends?
I don't know if Ivan's frozen or not.
Yeah, mine's back up. His froze.
Would him saying we're not friends really be discourteousness?
Wait,
I don't
who's
know.
it?
It depends on the way you said it, I guess. If you
That's
said it,
why I was asking.
I'm confused. I miss him.
King was saying, the enemy of my enemy is not my friend.
Oh, yeah.
I guess if you said it with like,
Uh,
11:32.
what happened?
Okay, we're good.
yeah, we're good.
Okay, that was almost bad for a second. Justin's picture never fails to crack me up.
It's not even up.
He was more making an observation. He was being more discourteous when he was talking to Lesk specifically. It was that he was being much more condescending there. I would say that this portion is more observation than anything. You could have gotten him on him spitting at Lesk and being like, "Do not play me for."
Well, he has to do it towards me.
Oh, he has to do it towards you.
Yeah,
Concerning you, yeah.
Directed. You know, either I'm part of it or directed directly at.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he hasn't actually yet directed anything like that at you yet. So. Sorry, so I caught Ben saying you are quite right, and then my thing crashed.
Okay, so Falcon would reply, "You are quite right in that regard, Worm King. Across our long lives, we will all play the part of foe eventually."
Right. He sort of rattles and leans back, and he kind of is fixing you with his very curious glare, like he's studying you, or like he just recognized or realized something. His face is difficult. His face is so messed up by the flaws. It's difficult to read exactly what the expression is, but. Something's happening up here, and he starts to uncoil from around you, and as he does, as his bulk moves out of the way, you see that those other 4 people enter your lamplight, and they are other Nosferatu, heavily laden with flaws. They're all kinds of various forms of hideous, malformed. Monsters and creatures. And he crosses like 8 or so of his sets of his arms, legs, things contemplatively as he watches you as a group. And he's like, "Well, whoever sent you. Clearly the game is now being played. The war begins here in the deep. We will see who lives." I'm sorry, what?
I said, trust me. I want the Imperium to fall as well.
We will see who survives to fight the demon, and who survives to bring down the Empire. For now that his grace has made his presence here known to me, I think I will strike the first blow against the Empire. Children, kill them. Roll initiative.
Now hold up, I'm gonna do my the fair warning fairly given.
Okay.
They armed.
Yes, they're all armed.
Apparently 10 plus 5. I'm not gonna change. I'm at 28.
28?
What is, I guess, I rolled 18, so I guess if he gets more successes with his composure and blood. Or, well, 18 minus his composure and blood.
Oh, okay. This is fair warning, fairly given. Which one is that one?
That's the one. Based on the successes, I get bonus to my defenses. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Or everyone that's there.
Okay. So let's see. Minus his composure and blood potency, that'll get you. That'll net you. Let's see. I think that's the same as. That would drop you to a 2. Let me double check his thing real quick, and that. Courtesy, there it is. This is the one where you study them?
Well, I do it at the I can use it as a reflexive action at the beginning of combat. And then it says, for every success the Spina achieves on the activation roll, he gains the benefit of insight into.
Oh, okay, right, there it is. I see it, yeah. If it gets +1 bonus to this Spina's defense for each success. All right, you will get. Let's see, because you only rolled 18. You won't get any successes off of this.
Okay.
His total for that is a 16. So. All right, so that's
one more, or
huh?
would I have needed one more on the roll to have gotten it, or would I have needed to get to 8 above his?
You need to get 8 above his, yeah. See, so that's initiative 22. Okay, so you're initiative 25. All right. Let me get initiative rolls from everybody else. Let me check again. So I have 25. It's Vulcan. Where are you at? 20. Okay. So Sarah, then 25 Vulcan. All right, so I got Vulcan at 25. Also, I got initiatives.
Yes. Fast reflexes to initiative. You can also add your aspect.
I got 23.
Nice. Okay. Justin's at 26.
Nice.
I believe I'm at 25. That's right. That's right. No, Ben went because he's at.
Oh, so you tied with Ben?
Yes, I'm at 25.
All right. And what is your base?
No, I go first.
No, I know you do. I'm asking for him.
Base is without celerity, right?
Yes.
Just basic dex composure, fast reflexes, or just dex composure?
And flash reflexes.
12.
Okay. So Vulcan goes first. There were 2 others that rolled in at 25, so they are. I was trying to place them around less. Let's see, well, then it's going to be less at 25. Child. And 24. Child. It's 10. So that's going to be child at 30. Who was 26 again?
Just
Was that Drake? Okay.
okay.
I got 21, 23 Terrell. Oh, man. Man, I got a lot of people that rolled in at 25. That'd be this.
It'd be nice if Amber.
What? It'd be nice if Amber would do what?
Yeah, it'd be cool if Sarah rolled 25 too.
Oh yeah, y'all have multiple acting first.
Yeah. Yeah,
but you get your pack bonus, right? Yeah, so
The That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
Technically, I rolled 25.
Oh, gotcha.
But with my bonus, I got 28.
All right.
Excuse me.
And can I get one more die from you? Where's the dice bag? Do you have it?
Is it up there? It's right there.
There it is. I need more dice.
Don't tell me that. You're fine,
Black gold.
Come back. I was fighting you.
That's Okie dokie. So as he speaks, that snarl, God damn it. Sorry. I had that open. As he speaks that snarl, there's rattlings in the dark as more figures come rushing in to fill in the ranks around the four Nosferatu that surround you guys. So what you guys have to worry about are these four specific Nos and then the king himself. Whereas your buddies will be keeping the rest of these guys off of you.
So I can't use them for my handprint and stuff.
You can, but it will give other people a chance to attack you. Is what I'm saying. Yeah. So if you take them off if you redirect them, then that gives somebody else an opportunity to jump in. So let's see. Top of the round, Vulcan.
Okay.
There's the worm himself, and then he has 4 Childer with him.
All right, and we're mostly just going to deal with the 4, and then our entourage will deal with everybody else.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, as always, clear the ads. So I will fire some more fire arrows into. They're close enough where I could hit them.
They're on either side of you, 2 on each side.
Oh, there's 2 on each side. Shit.
Yeah.
Okay. And they're like in melee range.
Yeah. They stepped into the light. They stepped in close enough to be within striking distance. So.
Okay. So I'm gonna.
All of your proteins are reflexes. You don't have to spend the blood for it.
Okay. Screw it. I'm still gonna do the bow. I'm gonna fire 2 bolt talk at one of the 2 dudes on our left.
Bull talk?
Hell yeah. Bolt talk pin. Hell yeah.
No, what is it?
Here's a war magnet.
The armor piercing ones.
Oh yeah. The Bodkin. There we go.
Sorry, we played Gears last night, so that was in my brain.
Oh, okay. I was like,
Those toboggan arrows, man.
Sorry.
At least I knew what you were talking about.
It's been too long since I played Gears.
Yeah, I played the beta yesterday, and we finished playing the Gears of War Ultimate Edition.
I downloaded Judgment a long time ago and it was free. I still haven't played it though.
It's not as good as 3, but
That's what I heard. From you, actually. I think.
well, I didn't give it a fair shot. I don't think Ben said it was all right.
Oh my god, that's why I'm in so much pain. It's been all go.
Okay, so I fired 2 arrows. I got 8 successes, so 16 lethal?
Yeah.
Somebody got dropped. We shouldn't have the little guys, I thought.
Hang on. have to do a lot of math for this fight. We're dealing with some high levels.
Sorry.
It's all good. It's all good. Okay. So the two arrows sink into him, and like he staggers for a second, and then like it rolls his shoulders and snaps them off, and continues forward. I need everybody. Everybody to roll your composure blood potency.
Everyone is just Ben.
Everyone. This is a mental power.
Who's doing this?
This is the worm doing this. This is a mental power. So if you have things against it, then you can use those for resist. Everybody is going to be affected by this. You guys see his form shimmer, and while he's all fleshy, right? Like he looks like he's just a bunch of naked human bodies all kind of weirdly mashed together. However, his body shimmer starts to gain what looks like chitin armor, and he gets this like crown of horns, and then there's like this glowing green ball of light, like sickly pale light that starts to emanate from over his head, and he like roars and stuff like that.
Is it in there for
This is Nightmare. This is Elder Nightmare.
So I don't get the bonus.
Okay.
And it was what?
However, real quick, Sarah, Terrell, and Fulkin, whatever your resist pool is, with whatever additions you have, is at a -6.
Okay, and so when he did that thing to us earlier, that was a mental power. Does my resist for Close the Mind, would it have come into play then too?
It does not. It did not come into play then. It comes into play now. It's Prophet of Doom. It's based on a mage type power, which is called a hung spell. It's a spell that you can cast, but cannot be interacted with until the certain conditions for the actual effect to take place are met. So the effect of that power is coming into play now by putting that -6 on your resist pool.
Okay. If I spend a willpower, how much additional do I get to the resist pool?
+3.
So it's still +3. Okay.
Huh? Yes, you can use willpower on resisted resist rolls. Yeah, you can add it if you want.
Okay, I'll do that then.
Oh, think about that.
Why do I have a -6?
Oh, god damn it.
Because of the effect that was going on. The reason that the Nosferatu were screaming at all of you guys, and this happened to you last game, when you guys were taking them out and knocking them aside, the reason they were screaming right before they went torpid or ash or whatever was because of the power he used on them. It's called Prophet of Doom. He instills them with a message that then gives you a negative to resist his nightmare powers. And you
I was trying to figure out when someone did that to me, because I didn't attack those prophets.
I've got it. They were all prophets. Like all the Nosferatu that y'all have fought thus far have been prophets. But Lesk and Drake repeatedly resisted. I have in my notes Terrell, Sarah picked up one this game, and Folk had one left over from last game.
Damn, that sucks. I rolled the wrong dice first, and then when I rolled again, it was a 1. Son of a bitch.
Oh. All right, so let's see. You got 3?
No, 4.
Oh, you got 4. Okay. Right. Let me check his pool.
$25. He went first because he tied. But his Yato gives him, if he ties with someone, he goes first off before anyone. No, that's not.
So he becomes this chitinous millipede, crowned in pale light monster.
Did you want our successes?
Yes, it does. But let me just make sure. Does anybody have greater than 7 successes?
You said composure, blood potency.
Composure, blood potency, and any additions that you have from merits or powers or things of that nature.
Yeah, just stuff like that. Give me a second. No, I got 4.
Okay, 4, and you only got 4. Drake. Okay, so Terrell got 0. Drake, did Drake get anything?
I have 3 successes.
Oh, okay, I was there. All right, so you guys are all now under the effects of phobic figure.
I figured.
Yes. You cannot physically approach him. You must remain at a distance equal to your speed in yards. And all attempts to attack him take a -5.
Yeah.
So you are now all at a -5 to attack the king directly.
Does a child count as...
It does. An intimate
Can
one.
I do that thing now to that? The
Come again?
penalty, the penalty of discourtesy?
You're fighting and stuff. You can use it.
No, the one word. No, I don't think that.
This definitely is this is definitely an attempt to intimidate you. So I would say it would count.
He's rolling.
Okay.
I would use it before. Oh.
Nah, never mind. I can't beat that dice.
All right, while he's doing that,
Yeah.
can I want to activate Dominate 6. It's as a reflexive action. It is a mental effect, and I'm certainly aware of it since he used it against all of us.
Yes, you are. Yeah, quell the voices, silence the whispers. Yes. You haven't moved or spent, right, this round? You just shot arrows, right?
Yeah, I mean, I shot arrows. Damn it! What is the? Yeah,
that was your
spent anything. Okay, so that's fine.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, then you still definitely can do this as a reflexive.
Whoa.
And try to counterspell it.
Stupid crap. 1 second.
You have to beat 7. Well, you have to beat 7 successes to completely dispel it. But you rolled a 1 on your resist, right?
Right.
So you have to beat 7 successes to dispel it at all for you or anybody else.
Right, but any successes I get
reduce the potency. Yes.
Reduces the potency.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But I'd have to get 7 to dispel it entirely.
To dispel entirely for yourself, because you have no resist to it at the moment.
Also, do you know where this came from? I have a note here that says when denied defense, subtract blood potency from incoming attack.
That's from your armor.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Or from that Fey armor that you use.
Okay.
Where did it?
And you can spend willpower, by the way, on this if you want. Keep track of your willpower, guys.
Okay.
Okay, I already spent 1 this turn, so I can't.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's right.
I'm down to 7.
Damn. Motherfucker. Okay, I got 6 successes.
Did you roll a 9?
No, I rolled an 8.
Oh,
Okay.
I didn't know you rolled on 1.
6 successes out of the 7. So that means anybody who got 3 or more.
For what? For the resist?
To resist, yes. Vulcan reduced the severity of it.
Oh, maybe I got 4.
Okay. So
And so did Jordan.
Jordan got 4 too, right?
And Justin got 3.
And Justin got 3?
Yeah, Justin got 3.
Okay. So Vulcan, you reduce the potency of it, which alleviates it for Lesk, Sarah, and Drake. You and Terrell are still seeing this, though. This thing. So, like, the rest of y'all saw it happen, and Vulcan does his thing, and then 3 of you are like, oh, shit, okay. But the David and the Venture are still like, shit. Actually, let me check for Riglet.
It's okay. Next round, do it again.
Rigoletta is still under it. Morbus is not. All right.
Does my Legless curse, does that apply to things like he will forget terror or something? No, could apply to his nightmare. Because it technically just says a noun.
Yes, it does say just a noun. And you're cursing a specific skill or something like that, right?
A person, place, or thing.
Mm-hmm.
Under the subject incapable of talking about, understanding, or even thinking about the removed noun. If confronted with the thing removed, you'll still perceive it, but you will not know it or understand it.
That's not me. Yes, it is.
I wonder if I can do this.
Yeah.
I think I could.
That should work. Yeah, you should. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Or fears beyond your comprehension or something like that. Yeah. You do not understand
if fear would
how to terrify.
Yeah, there we go. Because it's less him being afraid, because I still want less to potentially be able to influence him. Mm-hmm. But terror, you see what I mean? Because it's the opposite side of him doing it as opposed to being affected by it.
Yeah.
So, okay.
I heard my name.
She was trying to figure out.
I'm trying to make sure I don't fuck you over.
If a power would work, but without affecting you particularly. She wants to put him at negatives without putting you at negatives.
I understand.
Okay. Next turn, child. I know. There is so the order, just so people know. It's Vulcan goes first because of his Yado, then Worm, then one of his children, then Sarah, Drake, Rigoletta, then another one of the children, then Lesk, then Morbus, then two more of the children, and then Terrell. So child goes next. 3, 4, 6. Vulcan, what's your defense armor?
Okay, my defense. My defense is 5, and then I'm gonna say that my armor is 1-1 because I have this 3-4 written down, but I'm pretty sure that's full riot, and I know Vulcan's not walking around in full riot.
Okay. So that's 1 and 5. So that's gonna be 4. So you take 4 lethal as the guy who you shot steps in and hits you with this large sword thing, scrap metal sword thing.
So.
Alright. So you take no damage. Sarah, it is now your turn.
Oh, you got more than 3 now, then?
So I can approach him.
Mm-hmm.
Does touching him count as possessing an intimate sympathetic connection? Because all it says is the subject of the curse does not have to be present, but the monk must possess an intimate sympathetic connection to the target, blood, hair, or his true name to curse him. So I mean, himself, if I lay hands on himself.
You being in his presence is an intimate sympathetic connection.
Oh, it counts?
By mage rules, anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, in mage you only need a sympathetic connection if the person is not present to be casted upon.
Okay.
Yeah, so. And that's usually what I default to when sympathy comes up, so.
And what's his resolve?
5.
Okay. I'm going to spend another
willpower. Okay, so you're down to 6.
And what was his resolve?
5.
Hold on, I miscounted.
It's all good.
-5. How much is that?
That would be 14, so 3 successes.
Yeah, so I beat him. So Sarah gets that basic hit of terror for a second before it recedes. And then after that, she looks at him and just says, "Isn't it unfortunate when a being of terror forgets his own nature?"
Okay. That works for me.
And that's my instant action, so.
All right, and that's a -3 to his pool.
It actually doesn't say.
What does it say?
It just says that it can,
I'm gonna need to rewrite that then. Doesn't say what it actually does.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. It just says, all it says is rendering the subject incapable of talking about, understanding, or even thinking about the removed noun. That's it. It's just, if confronted with the thing removed, he will still perceive it, but he will not know it or understand it. If the mom remove the victim's mother from his mind, then the victim may recognize that he is looking at a woman. She is smiling and that she is friendly, but he cannot remember all three things at once.
Oh, okay, I understand.
To recognize that she is a friendly, smiling woman.
I understand. Okay, that makes sense.
And it was just minus his resolve. So.
Yeah, so you beat him.
Yep.
All right.
I just technically just need a simple success.
Okay.
I'm good.
Then it is Drake's turn.
Okay. So about my ghost. And then
He said
Your
about
ghost
his
is with you. Yes, your ghost is with you.
alright.
He's around.
Here's a question: what happened to the bats?
If Drake didn't take them with him and he didn't say he did, they would have just dispersed.
Okay.
You could call the wild to draw them in here if you want.
You gonna do that? He said, "Yeah."
Okay.
Yeah.
Because they're still within shot that your scream will draw them. So, yep.
Hold on.
Give me a roll for Call of the Wild.
He's looking it up.
Oh, okay.
Drake's like, "Look at me. I am the Batman now."
Look at me. Look at you. Look at me.
Look at me. Look at you. Look at me. Looking at you. And now
I'm the night.
he's rolling. He's looking at his.
He's trying to do simple math. Failing forward.
You're supposed to do that before you roll. Two successes. Dose. You got two successes.
Okay, so 2 successes. All right, you throw back your head and do the shriek, the shrill back shriek, and and you hear the coming out in the distance as they start heading towards you. They'll take them. Let's see, because you left them like way back on the chamber. It'll take them 2 turns to get here, but they are coming.
Motherfuckers are fast.
Yeah. Rigoletta.
Oh, she rolled good this time.
She did. That is her curse. She has celerity, but she doesn't roll. She hasn't rolled well for a long time. She hasn't rolled above Morvis in ages, and she finally got it. Let's see.
She rolled well.
All right.
That's just all hype because he's in front of the worm.
Rigoletta.
Advanced dancing.
She does this thing that looks something similar to sort of like a sacred hand symbol type thing, but because of her alien grace, it somehow looks stripperish in the way that she pulls it off.
Okay.
And as she finishes the pose, then these 3 shadows slide off of her, and there's these 2 semi-transparent copies of her that step to either side of her. And they move in on one of the childer.
Okay, cool.
Let's see. So they get to attack. She doesn't get to attack this round.
I'm going to break it. Hopefully.
All right. It's going to be this child. Okay. All right, and it is now that same child's turn. 8. All right, so he's busy battling her copies. Lesk, your turn.
Okay. I'm going to spend the willpower on my roll. So I'm supposed to say that.
You going to spend a willpower?
Yeah. All right, let's see how this works. Make sure I don't get a... It was a 10. 14. That's my dice roll for now. But I'll tell you what I will be doing real quick. Now, if I remember right, what you had told me when we were talking about when I made that nightmare page.
Yes.
That, because I used that one particular image for Fear This, Fear Itself. And I'd asked if you can change your appearance off of Fear Itself. And you said, yeah. So I could come up with a form, but it would just be wispy, right?
Yeah, it's spectral and ghosty and stuff.
Okay. Well, I'm going to see if I could send the image that I'm looking to get. Okay. This is what I'm turning into. It looks fucking nuts.
Crazy.
Yeah. All right. My pool. All right. And I'm allowed to use striking looks. All right. 9, 10, 11, 20. It's my 34.
All right.
And that is, what was that, 9? We did that earlier. It was exactly 34 last time. I believe it was 9.
I believe that is indeed 9. Yeah.
Yeah. And just to refresh, all hostile, well, first of all, I'm intangible.
Yep.
I remain visible and pervades dread wherever I go. All hostile entities take a -5 to all actions while within a radius of the Nosferatu equal to his yards of blood potency, which is 7. If I'm after the turns are over within a physical object, I take 2 ag. And let's see, hold on. I remain intangible for rounds equal to the number of successes scored on my activation roll. So 9 rounds
of this.
Okay. Yeah. So I would say this thing is probably around 10 feet tall.
Oh, the thing you are appearing as spectrally and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I start growing.
Okay with that.
And as I grow, my fingers elongate to where it looks like almost like I'm turning into a traditional Nosferatu because my skull.
We can't hear you. Can't hear you. Hold on. All I see is gestures with faces.
My skull. Oh, it's doing an echo thing. My skull starts swelling, so it looks like I'm gonna have a swollen skull. And I start growing taller. Spikes start appearing over my body, and I get this impressive ruined maw look to me. And spikes appear all over my body, and I just look.
I'm calling back in. You ready?
I turn into this ridiculous thing that you see on the picture, and it's just awesome. Shut up. Fortunately, it's not phobic figure, so I don't have to tell y'all to not look. I just tell the king that he's not the only one with tricks.
This is true. All right. After your turn, it is Morbus.
Oh, that costs 2 vitae and 1 willpower.
Yes, it does. Wait,
And,
did you spend willpower on the roll?
Wait. I did spend the willpower on the roll, so it's actually 10 successes.
You were not able to spend a willpower on the roll and spend a willpower to spend for it.
You can only spend 1 willpower.
A turn. Yeah.
Okay, so the power makes you pay willpower. You can't.
Yeah, the power makes you spend.
Okay.
Willpower for it. Yeah.
Okay, did not know that. Never mind. 9.
Okay, good. I'll say because.
Boo-hoo, 9 successes.
I was about to say because I thought you had calculated willpower into that because otherwise I would have dropped your pool to 8. Your 6 to 8. But if it was without the willpower, then that's 9. That's fine.
Yeah.
Let me see 1 second. Alrighty.
Maximize this.
This is a good one. I actually forgot how good this one is. It's actually really good for this here too. Okay. Since Fulkin set the precedent of clearing out the ads first, then Morbus and Regulata are following that and going after the children. Let's see. Huh?
Ads?
The additional ones. The groupies. His children. Okay, so then they do not make it. Alright. So so Morbus does holds out his hand, which still has the cut on it, and does this like symbol thing in the air where as he traces the blood, it actually hangs in the air and forms this it's a version of the labrum, the papal seal, and then he presses his hand to it, and as it flares white and then sets on fire with white light, and as it does so, one of the childer erupts into white flame.
Holy shit!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I think you saw him.
That's because he just got it.
8. Well, it's also a bit of a gamble. This one is what is it called? I think it's Fire of Transubstantiation or something like that. It's the power is based on dealing aggravated damage to you based on how low your humanity is. So if you're not sure that your enemy has low humanity, it's kind of a waste. But he's pretty sure these guys are Diablerists. Actually, you can probably see that they're Diablerists. So he does a lot of damage to that guy. That guy's gonna soak some of that. That's as much as he can soak with that. All right, and then it's his turn. That guy fails, and this dude.
You're adding their -5s?
Yeah. Okay. One of them rolled a 1, so it doesn't matter for him.
Poor guy.
And the last dude, -5, he still makes it. He's not going to last as long as you. Does a similar thing. He is holding this like these 2 sickles, and he swings them, and his body ripples and then becomes spectrally, and this big cloaked hood, appears over his body. His legs appear to disappear. He just looks like this floating specter with two shadowy sides. And he shrieks this challenge directly at you, Lesk.
Awesome.
Terrell, it is now your turn.
I will take that challenge.
Okay. You do what you were going to do.
What? You're itself? Just think.
Anyways, I'm going to spend a willpower.
Mm-hmm.
And I ask the king, I'll say Worm, before this night is over, what did you mean by Emperor? And then I rolled a 15, so I will switch my presence with strength, or I'll use presence instead of strength for close combat, intimidation for brawl for close combat, get a +1 to a single attack that I'll use later.
Awesome. So you switch around your stuff so that you're using your social instead of your physical. Awesome. All right. He will answer you on his turn. Your guys are fighting around you as more Nosferatu are pouring into the cavern, coming to their king's call. You can see Butcher standing head and shoulders above most of them. There's a couple of the bigger guys that are moving in on him, and he in a rare display, he unsnaps his mask, and his ruined mouth is hangs open, and he's roars them, then dives in with his cleavers.
Nice.
There's the rat-tat-tat of Elizabeth's ongoing gunfire, and she's working with the doppelgangers who are being both swordswomen and human shields for her, so that she always stays between them as they move.
Nice.
And then there's the gangrel pack that you can see that Dana and Rachel shifted down to wolf forms, and they're wolves with these giant ass ag talons. And Weston is running in normal human form with them as they're tearing people apart and stuff, doing their pack fighting thing.
Yeah, swarm tactics. So
what's the benefit of going wolf form?
You get speed, and I believe you get some defense depending on the animal that you turn into.
Yep, you get various benefits depending, but it's also easier in some cases for gangrels to influence each other that way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus, you get a bite attack, which is usually stronger than a regular human form melee attack.
Yeah,
so
it's because it doesn't.
I think you also get pluses to it. I don't remember. It's been a while.
Yeah.
No wearables too. All right. So let's see.
I still
Vulcan.
think that my swarm mind should let me turn into a pack of wolves.
No. Vulcan, it's your turn.
Animalism 6. Yes.
Maybe.
Animalism and Protean 6.
Maybe.
Combination. Oh yeah. Turn myself into a whole pack.
Elder
of
devotions.
myself.
Elder devotions. Maybe.
A pack of myself.
Vulcan, it's your turn.
I second this movement. All right, so the dude who attacked me, that I attacked, and then who attacked me in turn, he's still up? Can y'all hear me?
I can hear you.
I was checking. Yes. Oh. Yeah, he is still up.
Okay. So I will. So I'm going to step back, put a little distance between us, and then I'm going to notch Hold on. I'm trying to think of everything that I need to do this turn.
Okay.
In case you forgot, Ivan, just to let you know, I may forget, but if for some reason I pull out my sword, I have Krypton. The other one's gone.
Yeah, you have it. Yeah, the other one is with Crop. Yeah, I remember.
For some reason, if I forget, I'm just saying that I'm not forgetting right now.
Gotcha. All right. I'll keep it in mind.
All right.
Okay, so I'm going to spend my reflexive action to cast Dominate 6 again.
All right.
Record.
See what
my
your
VP expenditure. It's 2. Jesus Christ.
2.
Well,
Right, I'm
still better than
he had three successes left on it that were undispelled from last turn.
Oh, did he?
Mm-hmm. So you got 4 successes on your last one on it.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and spend another willpower while I'm doing this, along with the 2
2 Vitae.
Vitae. Just double checking my pool real quick.
Right?
Like just
plain rice.
Butter spice rice.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel you. I think we just want carbs. I'm sorry.
All right, so that puts me at 5 successes.
Nice.
You got him. All right. So you and Terrell now see the pale orb and the chitin armor, like as you you basically dispel it off of him, and the illusion is gone, as is the compulsion to not attack him or run away.
All right, and then as my actual action, I will attack that dude who attacked me with my swords.
I'm just picturing this whole thing, and it's cool. Me and another specter squaring off the king. The shit disappearing.
I don't
know what your ghost is.
I don't know. Last time I know was he was standing there.
Gangrel Pack doing their shit.
I still have a shit ton of blood. I've spent barely anything. It's all been mundane resists.
And picturing the doppelgangers doing the Chaos Legion guilty sword fighter style. I don't remember. It's basically a fencing style, and there was a bunch of them.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Elizabeth. Yeah, so it was interesting.
Jeez.
Okay, so 6. I'm gonna do multi-cut on him.
All right.
First one does 6 lethal. This is with the rapier.
Yep.
Another 6 lethal. And 4 lethal.
All right.
Oh, wait. I get 1 more.
Okay.
Damn, it fails.
Oh, damn.
So this child appears to be the toughest of them, because as you slice him with that first one, you absolutely recognize the cut slash across him, and his flesh reknits in the same way that yours always does when you just plain soak it. And then the next one goes through, and he staggers on that one, and then blood wells forward as he tries to heal it up. And then you slash him again, and that time he shrieks and staggers back, and is just about to reach that your next shot goes wide. But he does not look happy. And from his eyes are that pitch black, but they starting to have that desperate sheen of hunger to it. You're pretty sure that in these last couple attacks, he probably depleted a lot of his blood pool.
Vulcan will just grin at him.
Just trying to survive it. All All right, so that brings us to... All right, that's his turn now. And we roll. Man. He's tough, but he's unlucky. All right, so he uses his Langshford doubling cut. Since y'all are having a duel, that's 3 lethal and 3 lethal. Two Vulcan.
All right, I can soak 5 of that.
All right, so that puts it down to 1. All right. Worm. Oh, I skipped, actually. It's supposed to be his turn, not the child's. The worm snarls and briefly affords Terrell a glance. And he gives a harsh laugh. It says, "Even behind your mask, I know you, Emperor. You who have ruled this vast tyranny that controls the surface world. I will topple it and be free of the deep." And then he turns his head, and his eyes like do this sort of black light flare as he releases a horrifying shriek directed at Lesk. Lesk, I need you to roll your resolve and blood potency.
He does not like.
No, he don't like me. Resolve blood potency, you said?
Yes.
Or you should try to tell me you didn't think what it is.
Oh, God. Yeah, that was a 1.
Okay. So as he does it, even you being in your semi-ephemeral state, you feel the force of it hit you, and your grasp on the real world slips away, and
okay, yeah.
See him vanish entirely.
He kicked me into Twilight, yeah. Edict of Deimos.
Lesk is just gone.
Sweet.
You can see the rest of them, and you definitely recognize that you are fully now in Twilight. Come again?
Justin said, "Yay, we can have Butcher back."
It's messed up. You can see that you are Lesk. You can definitely tell that you are fully in Twilight. But you also know that the Spectre, that while nobody else on the field can see you anymore, the Spectre guy can still see you. And you can still see and attack him.
Justin's asking if he can see him.
See who?
I have 5 off back.
Who can you see?
You!
Okay, well, you gotta be... he said me.
Can you see things in Twilight?
I have 5 off back.
Only if you do astral projection.
Yeah, you'd have to astrally project, which means that you leave your body asleep, basically. Yeah, that's the cost of astral projection. Uh-huh. It is true. But you're not looking at it, Twilight. So
I protect myself with my body.
by the way, you saw the addendum to Kara 4, right? I think I dropped it into your folder. Because you get a free merit now for that Diablerie. For the thing.
He's reading out on it right now.
Okay.
Does it cost me anything?
No, you get it as part of being the bloodline.
I'm just gonna say Justin said something about it, but keep in mind that Teresa did do that little Wuji shit on his feeding.
Yeah.
Okay.
Reduces blood pool.
Yeah.
You wanted to, but you said you had to be in his presence to curse him.
Oh, right, because I needed the connection. That's
Yeah.
I'm getting that.
Yep.
So I failed on that. I'm in Twilight with this other guy.
Yes, you are.
That was the worm's turn.
I think of it somewhere.
Sarah. I think of what? Oh, yeah. Sarah, it is your
I'm
turn.
gonna try and curse him again.
Okay.
Oh, something else this time.
He is still cursed. I haven't forgotten. It just hasn't come up yet.
No, I know.
Or the way the curse is manifested, anyway, from what you were from your wording.
That's enough for one. That's good though. This time Sarah's gonna be still trying to keep her cool and resist the urge to attack things.
Mm-hmm.
And she just kind of thinks for a second and goes,
What is up?
but you know what? The worst thing to forget is your childhood. I'll actually know like what if it does have a visual effect or anything, or if she's just being like.
It's this is witch's gaze, right? Or is this your Vodun one?
This is the Vodun one.
Oh, okay.
That's the difference because that one's actually stronger.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like this curse.
Okay. There's probably some kind of a spiritual woochiness thing that happens. I leave it up to you to how you do it. Lesbos is the one that makes you have a limp, right? When you use his influence, I think. Each of the influence changes something about you.
Yeah.
Okay. There's probably the sound of a lot of rattling keys, and then there's like this sort of creepy hinge sound, and like a door slamming thing when you enact these curses of his kind.
Yeah.
So,
if she like does the whole hand wave thing,
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
she has like a bracelet of keys for a second,
Mhm.
and it does the creepy jingle thing.
Yeah.
Of emphasis.
Something like that. Yeah. That's what I would say would happen.
Alright, that works.
All right. So did you roll it?
Yeah, I said I got one.
You got one.
Because
Okay.
I only have to. It's a simple success.
Oh, okay. Yeah. With the result. That's right.
Yeah. Because it cuts it in half with
It
having
does.
a resolve of 5. So.
It does. Drake, it is your turn. The bats are on their way. They will be here next round.
Out of character question. Will my bloodline sorcery work against these?
You aren't sure. They don't have quite as concentratedly demonic as you're used to.
I will try.
All right.
Let me open up my stuff.
The clock.
You can do this.
As long as I'm in that 4 minutes. It's like a half step.
Is that person that baby daddy thing you're looking for?
No,
Oh.
it's Kirsten and Jack.
Oh.
But now it's Kirsten and
Okay. I'm going to do
Field somewhere. And I'm like,
So Justin, which power are you using?
He hasn't
still
said.
trying to figure it out.
Okay, I was just making sure I hadn't missed it. Yeah, that is really weird.
This is the baleful beacon.
He's breaking up. I can't hear him. I'm sorry.
He said 4 successes. The baleful beacon.
All
Okay.
allies fight, including me, gain a +2 to all actions against spiritual and demonic enemies. Let's see if this works.
especially because apparently they have kids.
All right, sounds good to me. So he starts doing that glowy thing that I think you guys have seen him do a couple times before when y'all are fighting Belial's brood.
At least once.
Yeah, and as he does it, each of you, yeah, all of you, yeah, even Lesk in his trapped in twilight as he is, see that rippling wreath of purplish energy briefly manifested around them. It flickers in and out. You have a little trouble.
Hard freeze.
Just a second. Just hold on.
Okay.
Your picture's amazing. Look before it disappears.
Yeah. Alien.
Dramatic pose.
I don't know why mine is crashing so hard. Now we're coming to the end of this anyways.
Can't handle your blackness.
I guess not.
I was saying they can't handle my blackness. It just said Amber can.
Yeah, that's not true.
Very much needed.
All right, there we go. All right, and you find that it helps you focus more on them. If you focus on the purple glow, it makes them stronger targets, stick out of their background.
Okay.
All right, so that was Drake. Rigoletta draws sword, and as do her copies, and they start laying into this child. Let's see. That's right. They're attacking. They're tearing apart a little child.
Yeah, vampires have done worse.
I'm playing the role of butler right now.
It's true. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh. That one. All right, so Rigoletta, you see Rigoletta and her copies are like circling the one the one that she attacked last time, and it tries to defend itself, and then one of her copies jumps on it and stabs it. Another one runs its sword up underneath its rib cage, and then she like slices her sword across its throat, and the thing falls torping.
That elder bloodline she's got.
This actually is blood sorcery that she's doing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, don't she know some shit?
She has learned some things.
Oh, yeah.
I try to make these the elder NPCs evolve with you guys, get their own tricks. That makes it Lesk's turn.
Okay.
Taken out. You are in Twilight. You can still see the Spectre Child.
Can you see my ghost?
Oh man, that's a sweet band.
Justin's asking if I can see his ghost.
Yes, actually. You are standing there, and you can see all these people, and then there's this extra person who seems to be standing near Drake. He seems to be very calm. He's holding a long sword, and every so often he steps in just enough to like slash or push or kick somebody who got a little too close to coming in and try to attack Drake.
Okay. I give him a nod.
He seems a little surprised you can see him, and he goes nod back.
His talent is fault.
Wake up.
So it was like a double. Okay. I will activate Wicked Grasp, which costs a Vitae.
All right.
As I grab this guy.
You can't do that.
It's a 10.
Nice.
No one saw it.
15.
You have to use seconds.
I'm not using
You have
ectoplasm.
to when you're in Twilight. Do you have ectoplasm?
Okay, stop.
My
Okay.
turns are quick.
Okay, you have the slide. 11, 16, 21. Wait, no. It's Strength Brawl.
Yeah.
That's 16.
You have Vigor up still, so.
16 plus 15. So yeah, I grab him. I don't know if you need to know my successes or not.
You grab the Spectred guy?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah.
I do need to know your successes.
Go ahead.
I do need to know your successes.
Okay. It was 31.
Okay, because he has Vigor as well, so. God.
You rolled a 1.
I rolled a 2. No, so you have him.
Okay, so judging on my devotion, he is penalized by Nightmare and Strength Dots and Grapple. So at the moment, 18, and I'm going to look real quick at Hamwem just to double check because he's also at a penalty to that.
Just pile on them penalties.
Fuck yeah. And I believe it was... Okay, additional 3. So he's at negative 21. And I'm going to reflexively use Gnashing Maw.
Yes. Okay.
Never mind.
1?
Yeah.
Okay. You can't find a place to bite this guy. He's all weirdy.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right. Morbus.
I rolled a 1. I can't.
Does the same thing he did last time to that last guy. He's pretty sure he won't be able to soak it again. Oh.
Morvis goes flying backwards into a wall.
No. It's good. I rolled a 9 on that one. So let's see. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. All right. So this time, like the dude he soaked it last time, and looked like he was about to be trying to come after Morbus this time, and then Morbus recasts the spell, and the guy just explodes in white fire and light, and like it actually is a little blinding for a second to everybody else on the battlefield. And Morbus rather scornfully just spits "Resquiescat and Pace." And then it is now next child's turn, who is going to... Nope. All right. So you still got that guy grappled, because he's penalized by a lot.
He's at a chance die?
Let's see, because you have a 21. Yeah, he's actually just at a chance die. He has a base pool of 20. So yeah, so you have him like just below a chance die. So now it's Terrell's turn.
What would be the penalty to call shots in someone's neck with my sword?
With your which one?
With my sword.
I believe it's a 3. I think call to head is a -2. Heart is 4. So I would say the neck is a 3.
Hit with my sword.
Okay.
I'm gonna go move towards the king. But I'm gonna make it where I go past that dude Ben beat the fuck out of. And I'm gonna look up at the king and go, well then if I'm the emperor, then everyone should bow their head, and I'm gonna hit that motherfucker in the head with my sword. And
all right.
Lethal.
Okay. Give me a roll.
It was with the call shot to the head. It was 23.
Ooh, nice. Let's see. So that's actually going to be... That's actually the first damage he's taken. 23. Who does have effects?
Wait, who are you attacking, Richard? I thought you were attacking the same guy I did.
Yeah, I did. I attacked him as I went past him.
So that's...
Okay.
Okay, you're attacking the same guy. All right.
And he already soaked my attack earlier, so I know.
He did, yeah, and he healed this round also. So yeah, you depleted that, and so he's going to take. That's 4. You said you rolled 23, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the minus is defense. Yeah, so that's 4. So you put your sword through his head.
Nice.
And he shrieks again. The battle is ongoing around all you guys. That one dude that turned into a specter is like all crumpled up in the air, and he's just kind of flailing like an idiot. It doesn't make any sense.
No one knows what, they can't see me.
Yeah, no one can see left, so it just looks like he's just going. All right, so top of the round, Vulcan.
Nobody cares where I am.
All right, so that dude that me and Terrell are just messing up. What is his combined resolve and BP?
Get some shit done.
That'd be 10.
Don't know if I want to do this.
It's actually kind of funny when the curse that you put on him the first time. I had reduced it to that his nightmare would only require a simple success to beat, and then Jordan rolled a 1.
Okay, so I was going to do a thing, but I'm not going to do that thing. I'm just going to.
Oh,
attack him.
well, okay. It does.
So I'm going to put a couple fire arrows in this dude.
All right.
Hopefully. Damn it! What is with the ones? Okay. So I go to fire and they go wide.
All right. So some fire explosions happen behind him, and there's a lot of hissing and snarling as some people jump out the way of stray fire arrows. The Worm King, he looks briefly panicked for a moment, and he looks around and then just shrieks to the ceiling, "Cowards! Traitors!" and starts thrashing around. Let's see. People who we're going to need to make some dex saves. Are going to be Sarah.
Richard's asking if that was directed at us.
It seems to be directed. It doesn't actually seem to be directed. It does not seem to be directed at you guys. He's like he looked around as if he was looking for someone in particular, and then saw they weren't there.
Oh, I know what's going on.
Cowards, traitors.
Because some of the child aren't there. Okay.
He believes that his child have abandoned him because he can't recognize them anymore.
Well, also some aren't there.
That is true. Some aren't there anymore.
Yeah, but this is more in reference to the thing that Sarah.
You can't recognize the ones that are.
Yeah.
The thing.
So let's see. So Sarah and Drake, and I'm going to roll for Rigolette as well. You guys need to make me dex saves as his huge worm body starts thrashing about and smashing things and people.
You're right.
You other guys should be far enough away. Yeah, just dex athletics. You others should be far enough away to not have a problem.
Nope.
Nope.
Because I rolled a 2.
Oh, okay. Damn. There we go. Rigoletta just rolled a 26. Holy!
You can catch me, right?
Yeah, dex plus athletics.
As my ass hits the ground.
I'm sorry?
Not reflexes. And he's asking for fast reflexes.
No, not fast reflexes.
3 successes.
3 successes, okay.
None for me.
All right, so Sarah, you're going to take 4 bashing.
No. No, I don't.
And then Drake, you got 3 successes, so you take 1 bashing.
I don't take bashing.
And
Just one.
let's see. Did you make any successes or no? You made no successes?
No. I mean,
Okay, then you are knocked down.
Right. No, I know.
Okay, all right.
But I'm not taking bashing.
Okay, so you're not taking bashing. Okay, Drake, you take 1 bashing, but you stay on your feet.
And anybody else get attacked?
Huh?
Oh, Rigoletta did. That's right. And she.
Yeah, Rigoletta was the only other person that's close enough to him to have to dodge. Rigoletta does some dancer shit and ends up actually standing on the portion of his body that was swinging through, and she starts to try to run up his coils as he's moving, and her copies join her.
Nice.
So now it's that child's turn. He's gonna spend a willpower this time because, damn it, this snarky ass Ventru. All right. Minus the armor and the defense. That is a 4 and a 2. Lethal to Vulcan from the one that you're dueling.
Okay, so I'll soak 5 of that.
Okay, so that means you take 3.
That doesn't
No,
matter.
1.
It's 1.
You take 1. You take 1. Yes. Sarah, you must get up or do something.
I can just lay here.
You could just lay there. That is also
Nobody's attacking me.
it is an
I
option
could
to just
have
lay.
Lazy gangrel.
Just keep bitching from the ground. Just hey. You want me to piss you off some more? Just I could do that from down here. That's not an issue.
Yeah. So are you just gonna lay there or?
No, I'll spend my turn to get up.
Okay, so Sarah gets back to her feet.
So then I don't lose my defense or anything.
Good point. Drake, it is your turn.
So I will mention that it would totally be awesome if Sarah,
Also, the bats are here.
if Sarah diabolizes one of his child right in front of him.
You're back here.
He wouldn't know, so he wouldn't care.
Yeah, that's true.
He wouldn't know they're his child.
True.
He would know 5 days from now, though, if he were to survive this.
No!
Fucker!
Yeah, like horrible.
That would actually be like really bitchy.
Just leave him alone so you can tell him later I ate your child. Drake. So Drake, as your turn comes around, there is all that flapping and shrieking that you've been hearing bursts in through the jaws of the palace, and the huge cloud of bats come flying in. They start circling like a cyclone of little furry leathery bodies swirling centered around you.
Drake's worried about karma because the exorcist just rolled 3 6s in a row.
Cut.
Alright, so I rolled 4 successes on the florid fire.
What?
Florid fire.
The florid fires?
Okay.
Ooh.
Burst into.
He burst into flame.
Cool. So Drake
Awesome.
is now wreathed in red flame.
And I just drew aggro.
Yeah, you did.
Just like I did.
Let's see. Is Florid Fire's instant?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Just making sure. Then it is Rigoletta's turn. Rigoletta dashes up the Worm King's back. Alright. And she jumps, she leaps over his head, comes down, and as she comes down the other side, sinks her sword into the flesh, around near his head area. Mm-hmm. And then right as she comes down, her other 2 copies follow suit and sink their swords in as well. And he roars and starts thrashing and spraying blood as they're opening up his face.
Nice.
Les, it's your turn.
Thank God. Okay, not a 1. No, it's a... Okay.
But it's not a 1.
It's not a 1. Yeah, it's reflexive. So, I'm on my reflexive turn, I'm doing Gnashing Maul. So we're going to bring it about 21. I don't think I get any this. Okay. Plus 3. That's 6 lethal. Yeah.
Gnashing Maul on the dude? Okay.
Yeah.
So you get blood back.
Sweet. And he gets hurt 6.
He does.
Does it look like he soaks, or I can't tell?
He's all shadowy. It looked like it didn't do quite as much damage as it ought to have. He either soaked or healed. You're not sure which.
Yeah, that's not cool. That's not cool. So as my action, I'm going to hit him.
Okay.
Twice. That's 8. Justin wants me to shit down his throat. 20. Okay, 23, 26, 29.
It's real game, my nigga.
8 successes. on the first attack. 8 lethal.
Okay. Let's see. That puts him at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay.
What was that? 8? Okay, 7.
All right. And as you hit him again, his ephemeral state drops, and he suddenly just passes straight through your body as he becomes solid, and you remain ephemeral as he goes torpid.
Bullshit.
Yep. You torpid him. You ended the effect.
No, bullshit. Okay, so they see so y'all just see a guy go.
Yep. And he is no longer spectral, and the body just falls. So that guy's out.
Can I still move?
Yeah, you can still move.
Can I try to exit? Because you said it's a half step. Although he did shove me directly into Twilight, but you told me that's kind of a half step where you can step in and out too.
Let me see.
So technically, couldn't I step out of Twilight myself?
Let's see. I would say that you can recast Fear itself to shift back into the middle state, and therefore then be able to step back out.
So I can recast it without having to wait for it to end.
Yes. Okay. Essentially, his Edict of Deimos basically ended the effect of Fear itself by making you fully ephemeral. So if you want to go back to being half and then be able to end your own effect and go back to being solid, you would have to recast Fear itself.
Cool. Thank you.
Yep.
All right.
That is, however, an instant action, so you'd have to wait till next round.
Oh, I understand.
Okay.
I'll just stay where I am.
Okay. So that's Lesk's turn. Morbus's turn. That guy's dead. Why is he still on the thing? Okay.
Well, we'll see. That's a good question.
Let's do Bird of Sin.
Good.
That's a pretty good one. Not sure it does what I think it does. There it goes.
Okay.
Alright. Morbus does more blood sorcery, drawing blood sigils in the air, and shoves his hands outwards, chanting in Latin. And from the actually, wait, he gets resist. I forgot about this. Okay. From the Worm King's body, this sort of shape of black, sort of thundercloud-looking darkness erupts outwards, and then starts to form slowly into the shape of like a large raven or vulture thing, and it like keens at him, and then starts like tearing at him with these like lashing claw talons and beak.
Ah, damn, nice. Something like that. I don't know.
Even sorcery is pretty good.
Okay.
But only.
That brings us to Terrell. There is one child left, and then the king himself.
Wait, did Drake go?
Yeah.
It's fired.
Oh yeah.
Lord Fires. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, that's right. I forgot he's fast.
Okay, the guy that's left, that's the one that me and Ben were fighting, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
You can't.
Okay. Well, you already did the thing.
I hit him with 29.
So,
8
Damn.
successes.
Did you roll
Say
it?
again, how many successes?
8.
Okay. Let me check this.
Yeah, roll of 29 is exactly 8 successes.
Yeah. I rolled that earlier.
Still puts it at degrees.
1,
2, 3. He torpors.
Okay. And then he gets hit with 25 with a -2, so 23 for 6 success.
Okay, and you're not full dodging this time?
No.
All right. That's 25. How many successes again?
6.
6. That with the rollover, that'll ash him.
Okay.
You can't do anything about it this time around. All right, all that's left is the king. Around you, you can see that your forces are succeeding in also tearing apart the remaining baddies and dudes around you guys. So that brings us to the top of the round. Falcon.
Okay. So it's just him then.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, I will try one more. I will try again to fire fire arrows at something.
Okay.
Well, at least it's not a 1.
It is, in fact, not a 1.
She didn't read.
So that's 26, which is exactly 7 successes twice. So that's 14.
Nice.
I guess fire. Well, the arrows themselves do lethal, but then the fire will do ag, I guess.
I just converted all to ag
Oh, okay.
as a consequence of it being an arrow that is fire. Well, I mean, it's not an arrow made of fire, but still, the principle stands.
Call Legato and be like, "Hey, can you make me arrows that are like straight up made of fire? And how much will I owe you for that?"
That is, in fact, a thing a mage could do.
If I owe the mage people in Houston anymore, they're just gonna own me for like a century. I gotta stop buying
More or less.
them.
I'll send out the message. Don't ash him.
Mage powers are a hell of a drug. All right, so that's gonna be.
Vulcan will respond that he'll try not to.
Don't.
It's math.
We finally met a Nosferatu that makes Lesk look like a chump, so we gotta do what we gotta do.
It hasn't made me look like a chump yet.
So they hit him. There is a burst of flames. He shrieks, still batting at Rigoletta on his face, and like the fire blossoms across part of his body, and you see it like you can see the dead flesh sear away and go to ag, and then he like pushes blood into the area of the wound and quells the ongoing flame, but it still is a big old nasty crater in his chest, in part of his body. Now, all right. So with the battle now clearly not going his way, and Rigoletta trying to face fuck him, and him now taking fire and being attacked by a giant bird. As he releases this terrible howl, there is a shift in what feels like the fabric of the reality around you.
Yeah.
The cavern seems to elongate and stretch and bend inward, and then there are these ripples on either side of him, and out of them crawl these huge. It looks like they're like the severed torso, upper torso of a human, except they are a good 18 feet tall. And their flesh is all hanging rotten on their bones. They look like they might have been mummified, but horribly and improperly. And they have these big raking fingers, and they reach out and they like release these long, horrid, gurgling groans. And as he activates this power, summoning these 2 rank 5 nightmare demons, he shouts and like screams to the roof, "I alone will rule in the deep." And it being 3:58, I'm going to say that we need to stop.
I scream out, "Hell no," but he don't hear me.
Because
oh, did I even hear him say that because I'm in Twilight?
You can, when you're in Twilight, you can hear and see everything happening in the real world. It's just not the other way around.
It's a one-way
It
mirror.
doesn't affect me.
No.
Okay.
I mean, you see the demons come through, but or horrors, really, spirits, whatever things. So yeah, we're gonna stop there for today.
Yeah.
So that we don't go over.
Okay.
Now I remember. Now the 8th is Mother's Day. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So we will probably not game then.
My mom does want to do something that day, so.